This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you in part by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too.
Whispers of darkness from far away are calling me to slip away. And if I answer, I know I'll never return. Standing in madness melts away, leaving my mind, my body and soul to stray. And so I will enter this fantastic land of colors as many as dreams.
The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present 13 Candles, a Vampire the Masquerade duet chronicle with Desiree Valdez and David Larkins.
Oh, no pressure or anything like that.
Just for clarity, that's your dice bag unzipping.
Yes. What the hell? That's a weird way to start the session.
Well, it's a weird way to start the session with the sound of a zipper unzipping. Zip.
Oh, God.
So should we say for the record how long you've been up?
Again?
Yeah. Let's see. It is 7:25 p.m.
Mountain time.
You woke up at 3:45 a.m.
Not on
Mountain
purpose.
time.
Not on purpose. All right. I can't tell you how much green tea I've drunk over the past day.
I've been drinking green tea all goddamn
Pretty
day.
much, just to be ready for tonight.
Wow. Well, see, that's why I wanted to mention it, because I bow to your Iron Man-like fortitude and commitment.
You mean my ridiculous stubbornness? It has nothing to do with commitment or
that too.
anything positive. It's
Well,
just,
plus you can actually operate somewhat on lack of sleep.
that can only go so far.
Yes.
I feel like I'm, reducing my. I'm not going to be as articulate, which I don't like.
Well, this might have to be a two-parter then.
I'm under a lot of I'm under a lot of pressure at work, and so I'm just dealing with some stuff. It'll be fine.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, Desiree is a hedge fund manager who just cost her company $3.5 billion in bad trades.
Anyway, let's get this party started.
Yay.
Okay. So, we are back
Yes, we are.
with Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
We're on chapter 3,
Yes.
episode 4.
Right. Story 1. Book 1. Book 1.
It's a freaking Bible or something. All right. So,
The first book of Charlotte, chapter 3, verse 4.
So you had a couple things you were wanting to talk about in regards to our last session?
Let's see here.
You had a couple things, and I just said save it for the recording, and then at this point you're getting too old, so.
I am. Well, I'm also very busy, so I've got all sorts of boxes.
But you said you'd listened to the last app.
I had.
And so what?
Okay. Yeah. I think that was it. There was just some stuff.
Okay.
From listening to the last app.
Let's go.
So I was reminded. So we left off. It was. Now, do I have the date right? 3/24.
Well, that's when we left off.
Yeah. So really, the morning of 3/25. Right.
Not necessarily.
We did because you said that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It was yes. So yes, it was the morning of 3/25.
Okay. Right. Okay.
I'm not saying that's when we're necessarily starting.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Yeah. So anyway, well done again.
Oh.
With the spooky closet creature.
Thank you.
When I was re-listening to it, I'm like, what the hell was that thing? I really don't know. Because my first thought as a player was like, oh, it's a Nosferatu. But then I was re-listening to it, I'm like, it sounds more like a weird, ghostly, wraith-like creature apparition thing. So, yeah. I'm not trying to draw you out or anything. I'm just
sitting here.
You suddenly donned mirrored sunglasses and a baseball cap.
I ain't saying nothing.
Anyway, so
I'm no snitch.
Yeah, well, see, yeah, so I don't know. And need to get an interior padlock for my window seat. And so I'm wondering how that's going to work out.
Yeah.
And maybe an exterior padlock for the closet too. But I definitely wanted to.
Oh, wow.
I definitely wanted
on lockdown.
I definitely wanted to check that closet out when I woke up again. Unless you had plans to fast forward the narrative or something.
Where would you like to see things go? This is a collaboration.
True.
And I want to make sure we're both in agreement of where this is going.
Of course. But
it's up to you. If you have questions, like if I start the session in a certain way, then you're always free to ask questions for follow-up.
I think I really honestly just kind of thought that the next logical story point was going to be sneaking out to go to Angel's Flight. So if that happens the following night, or if that happens a week later, that's cool. Just as long as I'm not bugged by this closet monster.
Right.
It's a closet monster.
Yeah. Well, but yeah, this is something that happened to you.
Yeah.
So
very true. So yeah, if you want to advance the narrative, that's cool.
All right.
One thing.
Right.
One thing is goals.
Right. So I wanted to talk to you about that before we start.
Yes.
What goals do you have for this story? So we've already been through a couple things. A couple chapters.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure you feel like you have goals.
Well,
so we did our prelude, we did our first ep, second ep, right? Or chapter. This is the third chapter, and I'll just let you know there's just only one more chapter at the end of this story.
Oh, wah.
But that's okay, because I expect there to be a fair amount happening before the second story.
I hope so.
Do you want to know because I have themes for each story.
Oh, okay.
If that'll help you.
If you want to share themes, yeah.
All right, so the theme for story 1 is, where are we? The theme for chapter 2, do you want to know it now? Well, no, sure. I'm not going to tell you.
No, that's fine.
I was like, oh, no, I can't say that.
Take advantage of your tiredness.
Hell no. So, what are your goals for this ep and the next 2 chapters?
Yes, so goals.
And you could do how many? 3?
I think 3 is fine, yeah.
Okay, depends on how much you think you can accomplish.
All right, so goal number 1, first and foremost, find that book. Find the book. Find book. Okay, goal number 2. Goal number 2 is figure out how to feed.
Oh, how to feed regularly?
Yes. Can't have a repeat of last session's unpleasantness.
The Phil Silvers attack isn't something you want to do over and over again, because I think it was magnificent.
Well, I mean, I do want to do it over and over again as a player, but
all right.
And then goal number 3 is form a bosom friendship with Consuela.
Okay.
So, those are my 3 goals for story 1.
All right.
Excuse me.
So do you feel more comfortable creating goals after like the first chapter of each story? Like we can do it that way, because then you can see the lay of the land, and then you'd be better equipped to understand, okay, here's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because the first ep, usually I'm trying to establish the background and introducing a lot of characters, and there may be more as time goes on, so you can modify those. So I would recommend making the goals at episode by episode, or the second chapter of the story, with the understanding that you may modify them.
Right.
Okay.
Or carry one or more on from the previous story.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if I can't find this book.
Right.
I can't find this goddamn book.
So, okay, so to start, I would like to give you 1 point of XP for...
Yeah?
What are you doing with your phone?
I'm pulling something up after you give me this point of XP.
Okay.
I'm multitasking.
Okay.
Forgive me.
I'm giving you a point...
What are you doing with your phone?
Because I'm just like, it's not like you.
Point of XP, yes.
Point of XP for providing an outline and a floor plan for the Parvodore.
Thank you.
And so I appreciate that. It's helpful.
Yes. Well, and I still have to sketch the attic area too, so I'll get on that.
There's also a cellar, right?
Yes, I can draw that up.
Okay.
We'll do a 4-level elevation.
Okay.
So the thing I was bringing up on my phone was also from re-listening to the episode, and I mentioned in passing that in addition to having the arcane lexicon, whatever it's called, old style, old speech.
Yes.
That I should look up some early 20th century slang as well, like mortal slang.
Right.
So I've got some good ones here.
Oh, good. Well, you can break them out during gameplay.
I want to read them out though, so it helps me remember it. I can copy them into my notebook.
All right.
So
He did this like. All right, go.
I know this is riveting. So goop is a stupid person. Which,
well,
no comment on.
The less said about that, the better.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Hanging is an adjective. Excellent or outstanding. Hanging new tie there, old man.
Would a young girl say that?
Maybe.
You're a little girl, remember?
Well, I wouldn't compliment an old man on his tie, but...
Yeah. But would a little girl use that to describe it, or would these things be things that dudes would say?
I think they'd be.
All right.
And I'm just kind of picking ones off the list here.
Right.
Like, for example, hep is on the list.
Hep cats.
But, yeah. Weisenheimer.
Wow, I use that once in a while.
Yep. We all know what that means.
We do.
Someone who thinks they're smarter than they are.
Oh, a jackass.
Duck soup.
What's that?
Something easy.
Okay.
Gas, of course, is in a joke. And let's see. Meat hook. Always good.
What does that mean?
For hands. Get your meat hooks off of me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I think that's a good short selection.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, when some creepy dude grabs you.
Yeah, exactly. I could have said it.
Me hooks off me.
I could have said it last time when I was getting pulled off Phil Silvers. Is that actually canonical that was Phil Silvers?
Yeah, we'll say it is Phil Silvers. What? There's nothing wrong with that.
I love it.
I know.
Love it.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, anyway.
Why you kids? I oughta.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
All right.
Phil Silvers impersonation.
It's really bad.
I know.
Okay, so we are a week later.
Okay, it's been a week.
It's April 2nd.
Sounds good.
You said it was March 25th last time.
24th.
24th?
Yeah.
So April 6th.
April 6th.
Wait, 3rd? April 3rd.
April 3rd? Okay.
Oh my god.
Are you sure? Are you
No.
sure you're okay to run this?
I'll be fine. I just have to pull up all of my things. Okay. Let's get to it.
All right.
This is lame. All right. It's April.
3rd.
No, it's April 1st.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's April 1st,
Got it.
and it sure is April 1st. It is. Yes, it is. It is April 1st. It is a Saturday.
A Saturday.
It is. You are awoken as you're not really, you can't really be woken up out of a torpor, as the sun is going down. Mm-hmm. In direct proportion to that, you are feeling your bones reanimate. You feel the surge of what can only be partially described as like a life force filling you up. And your eyes flutter open. As your eyes are fluttering open, you're hearing a little tiny scratching. Little scratching sound.
Okay.
Little tiny scratching sounds against the window seat.
Against the seat.
It's on the side.
The side.
Uh-huh.
Now, I assume I've had Emma purchase me a padlock and
Do you
latch.
want her to?
Yes.
Then you have.
Okay.
Yes. So you feel okay, yeah. So she's gone through the pains of finding you a lock that will help to lock the
And
inside
latch.
and latch that'll lock the inside, the interior of
Yes.
the window seat so no one can lift it up.
That's right. So
So you must have gotten a couple of them.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Who installed them?
I think we did it together.
Okay.
And if she helped me.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. Is she being a little nicer to me after my disappearance?
No.
No? Mm-mm. Has she, and she hasn't taken any blood from me?
No.
Okay. I haven't, pressed the issue, but I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
All right, so when I go to bed, so to speak, I get in.
Yeah, what's your new ritual?
Yeah, I get in. I lower the seat overhead, and I've got two padlocks hanging, on the inside loop of the latch, and with the keys in them. Mm-hmm. So I just lock them up.
Right.
Take the keys, set them next to me. Mm-hmm. And, so it's pretty much the same. There haven't been any repeats of the strange flashing light or closet monsters.
No, but occasionally you'll hear, you can't shake the sound of that, "We know you're here, little girl."
But it's more my memory than...
I don't know. It's not clear.
Okay.
It's not clear if it's your memory or if that's being said to you.
One question that did occur. I can't remember if you said this or not. Was it my closet that all that was happening in, or her closet?
It was yours.
Okay. So in that case, I took the light bulb out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right.
One of the first things I did the next night.
So did you explore the closet the next night?
Poked around. I'm sure there's nothing in there.
You saw a couple things moved around, like as though someone was spending time in there.
Damn it.
Like the shoes were kind of moved, and actually yeah, your shoes were like reversed. So you might, I'm not sure how you organize your closet, but they were like, your shoes were switched around. The clothing was kind of, you could tell it was pulled on and like hastily replaced, put back on the hanger.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not good. I was really hoping that was just a figment of my imagination. Okay.
It almost feels like a dream.
Yeah. So, so I would have taken the bulb out.
Okay.
And that's it. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know. I would have grappled with whether to tell Emma or not. Just if anything, because she's the one sleeping on the bed. So this thing came out again, but it came out before and didn't molest her.
No.
So
didn't.
Seems to just be interested in me. So it would only worry her needlessly.
So you're mulling this over.
These are the things I think about inside my box.
All right. All right.
Go get in your box.
Vanessa.
Yep, so...
Okay, so you anything else before?
Well, I mean... Okay, so how long has it been?
So it's been 1 week since all of that chaos that you created happened.
All right.
And you are reanimating from your torpor.
Okay.
And you're hearing the slight little scratches.
Yes. I would have had a feed once during that time.
Okay.
Just to keep myself topped off. I mean, is Emma down for that kind of thing?
She's just been busy. She's been work. She got a job.
Oh, yeah? Where at?
She doesn't tell you.
Is she gone during the day or during the night?
She's gone during the day.
Okay. Well, then I don't flipping give a heck.
She seems very depressed.
Yeah.
She's still dealing with a lot.
Isn't that just a fancy word for feeling sad?
Charlotte, you ignorant slut.
Anyway, would she have been okay with me feeding from her at one point during the week? I mean, I do have a dot and retainer, I'll remind you.
Which means
she's my retainer.
All right, let me look.
Okay. I mean, she can still be a shit, but at a certain point, I could roll. Hey, I could roll like some. I could roll something and add the dot and retainer to the pool.
Okay. Yes. So roll charisma plus. Manipulation plus. Survival.
Ooh, survival.
Plus retainer.
Okay. That's a horrible dice pool. I'm going to spend a willpower point. Willpower point.
Now who's sleep deprived?
You.
Oh yeah, that's still me.
That's still you. Difficulty of
7.
7? Grief. All right, well, I got 1 success. So I barely managed to wheedle it out of her.
Now, okay, wait. I want you to roll perception.
Okay.
Plus alertness. And then in regards to... Wait a second. Actually, no. Perception plus empathy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Plus retainer. Since, I'm going to say retainer also kind of covers, like, your connection to her. Like,
Sure.
You've been around her for decades, so...
Oh, yeah.
And even though you could perceive her as the help, you still are...
She's a person.
Aware of
She's a fully formed
her
person.
moods and things. Okay, so perception plus... That's going to be difficulty 5.
Ooh. Okay. Difficulty 5, which still leaves 4 successes on that.
Oh, wow. So, you realize, after all of these weeks of being with her, that Lucille had fangs.
Okay.
You don't.
Right. So she's not...
The way that, even though the amount of pain that she has to experience for you to open up a vein is not worth it to her. You're piecing this together.
I'm noticing the sharp intakes of breath,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
It's not the same as when Lucille would do it. And so it's not something she welcomes. Emma welcomes.
So I have to figure out a way to sex up my feeding.
What's in it for her?
Yeah.
Do you keep hitting the...
Sorry, that was just this here.
So-
There we go. All right, but I did manage to get something out of her.
Yes, so you get 1 blood point.
1. I can take 2 without it hurting her.
You had a 1. Okay, no, you got a 1.
You're right.
And the fact that I'm even giving you 1 blood point is generous because you usually have to get at least 2 to get something.
I know.
So
I know. All right, well, I'm hungry again.
I don't know what to tell you.
So I wake up
Right.
freaking starving.
Okay, so you hear this little scritch, 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 scritch,
And
scritch.
okay, does it sound like
It sounds like an animal.
an animal? Okay. Oh boy.
Are you unlocking things?
Well, I'm lying there. My
Oh.
eyes have opened.
Okay, the little scritch, scritch,
I
and then
can
you
hear
hear,
the scritch scritch.
and then you hear, meow.
Okay, all right. So I'll grab the keys and hurriedly unlock the padlocks
Okay.
and push the thing open.
You do.
Yep.
And then just as quick as a little flash, there's a little black fluff ball
Yep.
that jumps up, hops into the box with you,
Aw.
and starts nuzzling you.
Aw.
And it's Blackjack the kitten.
Why are you doing this to me? I'm hungry. Well, I had that really bad experience with the rat, though. So
Yeah, rat blood was disgusting.
yeah, I think I can master myself. What I'm gonna do is why do I want to screw myself over like this?
I don't know.
Is it for dramatic
Because you're
purposes?
playing a salubri?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's the latent guilt of playing a salubri. I'm gonna roll self-control.
Okay. Self-control. What's your self-control right now?
It's 4.
4. Mm-hmm. You have animal Ken, right?
I do.
So add that to it,
Okay.
right? I mean, that's allowed.
Hey, man, you're the storyteller. You can do anything you
Yeah,
goddamn
add
want.
animal Ken to it.
Okay.
Because if you want to protect the animal,
Yeah,
then, you know.
absolutely. Debating whether to spend a point of willpower as well. And I think I will. Because we can't have Blackjack the kitten get murdered twice. Oh, thank you. Okay. Difficulty...
Difficulty 7.
All right. Really glad I spent that point of willpower.
All right.
So, 1 success. So, I have this evil thought flash through my brain.
Oh, you perceive it as evil?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, I should have added soft-hearted to that, too. Because you don't want to see anything suffer.
Soft-hearted. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So what did you...
So I had this, let's see, soft-hearted. We'll see, in classic Roll of Darkness, merits aren't expressed in dots anyway.
Oh.
But let's see what soft-hearted has to say.
No, I know what it has to say. I have it. I have it here.
Okay.
Wait, let me find it.
Must roll willpower, difficulty 8, to cause physical or emotional pain.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would have given me a backup roll if I'd
Right.
failed this one.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I have this evil thought flash through my head.
You judge it as evil?
I judge it as evil. Of just wanting to stuff this kitten in my mouth and suck it dry. And
He's nuzzling into you.
Yeah.
You hear him purring.
so I'm just like, oh.
He's burrowing into your lap.
I'm like grimacing, like, no. And
So Consuela actually comes running through the door, saying,
shit.
Blackjack!
so the door's open. What the fuck, Emma?
How'd they... She's not in her right mind.
Is she in the room?
No.
Okay, so she left the room and didn't make sure the door latched behind her, and then
Nope.
the door swung open. I can't believe anyone would be that thoughtless. I mean, really, what do I pay her for?
You're not paying her.
I pay her
No, you
with
don't.
smiles and
Smiles.
compliments.
So what was the last compliment you gave Emma?
Great job on the linens.
Wow.
I don't know.
So Consuela comes running in saying, "Blackjack."
Yep. So I'm sitting in this window box in my nightgown.
Yeah.
Even though it's like even though it's like 6:15.
Sorry, let me.
Yeah, find out what time it is.
Okay, wait.
I mean, this is what I love about this game is that you can just by playing a vampire, weird shit is just going to happen. Like, you can't help it.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you're living this complete mirror universe opposite life to, like, normal people.
Oh yeah.
So, it's just going to happen. It's just going to come out.
Yes, indeed, it will. Okay. All right, so we have...
So, I'm waking up 20 minutes after Twilight, right?
Right. So it is... It's 6:45.
6:45.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, very strange for me to be in my nightgown at 6:45, sitting in an open window box.
So she stopped short.
Yeah.
Consuela stopped
She's
short.
like wearing her day clothes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And she's just looking at you, and her head sort of tilts as she's observing you. She looks around the room.
Yeah.
It just looks normal, except you sitting in the bench in the window seat.
Yeah.
And she says, "Have you seen Blackjack?"
Oh yeah. So I'll stand up and I'll be holding him. You know.
Okay.
Oh, I've got him right here. So very quickly stepping out of the box and closing it behind me so she doesn't hopefully see the latches and the padlocks.
She might hear them.
That's true. Can I try? Can I try a roll?
So let's do
Stealth
stealth.
or subterfuge?
No. Yeah, subterfuge plus wits, I guess. Wits and subterfuge, right?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Let's see, subterfuge and wits.
You have a subterfuge?
I do. 1 dot.
That's good.
Just from all those years of going down into Berlin and, passing myself off.
Lying to people.
Lying to people, yeah. Difficulty of...
7.
Great, 2 successes.
Great. So there's like the slightest jingle, but she doesn't seem to notice.
Yeah, because I kind of hold Blackjack out with my other hand.
Yeah, and
that she'll focus on the cat.
So as she's grasping for the kitten from you,
her
warm fingers run against your hand, and you can feel like they're like radiating, and you can smell her too. So it's like it happens in slow motion almost.
Yeah.
And she grasps the kitten and holds it to her chest and says, "Oh, Blackjack." And he's just like, meow, meow, meow. Yeah, and you can hear both of their heartbeats.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And so she's nuzzling him and talking to him. And
Oh my god.
And then
so like I'm picturing this like super close up of her like jugular vein as she's like nuzzling the cat on her neck.
And you see the cat's jugular vein. No kidding.
Yeah. No. But yeah, just a little bit of fluffy fur just on the edge of the frame, like with like this like perfect smooth neck.
Carotid artery.
Yeah.
So
I look like the fucking dog from the We Rate Dogs icon.
What?
With the crazy eyes, that crazy eyed dog.
Oh, right, okay. I was just thinking more of a Nosferatu type face.
Oh, well, that too.
So you're observing this.
Mm-hmm. And I am indeed. Do you want me to make a self-control roll?
Yes. Because this is a human.
This is a human with delicious, succulent vitae. Okay.
wait.
I have to make a willpower roll now. But that's okay because I've got 8 dice in willpower. So.
Right.
Just let me roll this, and then I'll explain what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Difficulty 8.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's going to be okay, everybody.
Who are you talking to?
Myself.
Okay.
All right, so actually 4 successes on my soft-hearted roll. So I failed my self-control roll. So what I do is I lurch forward.
Oh.
I lurch forward and I actually grab her by the shoulders.
Yeah, you're cold.
Yeah, I know. I'm very cold. I'm frigid.
So she flinches, almost drops the cat.
Yeah. And I see her fear.
Yeah.
And then I release her and I turn away.
Okay. And so you can hear the little patter of Blackjack being dropped onto the floor.
Yeah.
And him just like kind of scurrying away.
Yeah.
Not fearful, but just like boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
He just leaves the room like, my work here is done.
Yep.
Yeah. So Consuela says, Charlotte, are you okay? Are you sick?
Yes. I'm still not, I'm turned away, head down a little bit,
Okay.
holding my elbows.
And so you hear her step closer to you.
Okay.
And she says, well, is that why you're in your nightgown so early?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted to go out with you this evening, just walk around, explore. You really haven't been able to since you got here, because I know you're really sick all the time. So you hear her sigh, and then she just goes and sits on Emma's bed.
Okay. So I'll walk over to the window seat and I'll sit down and look at her.
Mm-hmm. So she looks over at you.
And just have this kind of look on my face, like resigned.
So she says, I know why you're sick all the time. It's because you never leave the house. Maybe if you get out, you'll feel better.
Maybe.
I know sometimes when I'm feeling sick or not very well, then I just go outside, go for a walk, and I feel a lot better.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah. Do you want to eat something before we go?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I don't think I could keep anything down right now.
Oh, yeah, you look a little pale.
Some fresh air will do me good.
Yeah, so I'll let you change. And so she just kind of hangs out on the bed. Mm-hmm. And then we can go.
Okay. So she just like makes herself comfortable. Mm-hmm. All right. So what's the weather like outside?
It is.
It's March, right? No, it's April.
It's April.
So
just a second. God,
shouldn't be rainy at this point.
No.
Rainy season's over. And let's see. I just realized it's kind of like, even though this is set in LA, it's like totally different because I'm not driving around or,
Right. Sorry, I'm just getting.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
First week of April.
All right, so it's not totally miserable.
Right.
It's definitely okay.
I know your pain. Trying to find weather data on the fly is very difficult.
All right, we'll just say it's not like I haven't lived there. So, so it's actually in the 60s.
Uh-huh.
There's a slight breeze. Again, you're still getting used to the lushness of the air that's filled with always like the scent of flowers. I mean, there's definitely exhaust and other, man-made smells. But underlying the undercurrent of that is the sea breeze.
Yeah.
So the salt in the air, which may remind you of Providence a little bit.
Definitely.
But then also this other overlying botanical smell. It just smells like green, floral. This little undercurrent there.
It's almost tropical.
Almost.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very lush,
Yeah.
heavy air.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I think I've opened the window to get some air and to get a sense of the weather.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll go ahead and change into my usual.
Okay, do you change in front of her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knee socks, skirt, probably a light jacket.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Are berets fashionable right now? Are they in?
Actually,
floppy hats.
Not floppy hats. No, more like a bow or like a. Well, actually, I'm sorry.
If I wanted to wear a hat of some sort.
I'm wrong. Yeah, no, actually, a beret would be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So does it coordinate with your outfit?
I think so. Mm-hmm. I had some, training and that sort of thing back in the day.
All right, so
Still care about those sorts of things.
yeah. So you are wearing a beret, a little like plaid type skirt, knee socks,
Yep.
and a short sleeve sweater, or you want a little sweater type thing.
Remember, I'm not a huge fan of sleeveless garments. I can't get
You
over
find
that.
that short sleeves are too sleeveless?
That's a gray area.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe in the summer I might change my mind,
Okay.
but right now it's still long sleeves.
Okay, so what Consuela is wearing is like a mock turtleneck, little short sleeve top that then it has like an empire waist or umpire waist.
Umpire?
I don't know. So it's basically right under like her bust line and then just flows out. And it's very short. It's like at her mid thigh.
I gotcha.
She's wearing knee socks and like little Mary Janes. And her hair is down. And she has like a little plastic headband keeping it back off of her face.
How long's her hair?
Her hair is about shoulder length, and it's like a light brown.
Cool.
Okay, so she's you ready? Okay, great, let's go.
Okay.
She's like, I have to get my purse downstairs.
All right.
So as you're walking down the stairs, Emma is coming up the stairs.
Really quick.
Oh.
I imagine this particular outfit would not have pockets, so I suppose I'm rocking a purse as well.
Yeah.
Just a little clamshell thing. So it's got.
You don't want to wear it over your. You don't want to wear like with a strap, like over.
Well, no,
your
it's got a
body?
strap, but it's not like a big purse.
No, it's a
not
small
like a bag.
one. Oh yeah, no, it's a
And
small.
it's got a clasp.
Little clasp. Okay.
So inside is the straight razor and the the burgundy handkerchief thing. Did you see the picture I posted on the wiki?
Yes.
Good. Was that close to what you were thinking?
Definitely.
Cool. And yeah, I mean, that was something else I realized actually was that I need to check. Actually, is I have nothing in resources, and I think that means I'm dead broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why
I don't.
did you think Emma wanted to get a job?
Well, yeah. So. Why do you think she wanted to get a job, you turkey?
God, I'm sorry I sounded like that. All right.
So I was gonna say though, let's see here.
I have no money.
Resources for vampires go mostly to pay for luxuries and the associated expenses of developing and maintaining status, influence, and other backgrounds. A character with no dots and resources may have enough clothing and supplies to get by, or she may be destitute and squatting in a refrigerator box under an overpass. So that's what I was going to ask was, with 0 resources, can we still assume I have pocket change? And sounds reasonable.
There is pocket change, yes.
So, it's probably like an interior pocket inside the purse, so I've got a few quarters, dimes, nickels.
Couple bills.
Nice, I'm balling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So Emma's coming up the stairs?
She's coming up the stairs.
Okay.
And she looks at you. Where are you going?
I'm going out with Consuela.
Okay, well... All right.
Just make sure you bring her home.
And she just kind of shrugs and says... We better not get a call from the police.
You won't.
Okay, so Consuela is racing down the stairs. You're both just like racing down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm kind of like picking up infectiously on this adolescent energy.
Yeah. So she runs into her room, and so in Spanish she says, "Mama, I'm going out to just go for a walk."
I don't speak Spanish.
She's saying that, and so...
No, I'm saying that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
So she says that in Spanish, and Mrs. Acevedo is like, yeah, okay, just be careful, and just be careful.
Right.
And so then she's saying that, and she looks at you, and she kind of looks at you up and down.
Like wax. I've got like wax-like skin at this point.
And she gives you just like kind of a little wan smile. Yeah. And so then Consuelo takes your hand and runs out the door.
I as a player wonder how much she knows about the situation here and its owner. Anyway, moving right along.
So Consuelo takes
She
your
takes my hand
and runs
and
out
we
the
go
door
out.
with you.
Yeah. Oh, shoot! I got bruised. Remember, I got sucker punched.
Yeah.
So
You did. You really did. So
I have to spend blood to heal that, right? I don't naturally heal.
no,
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no.
I don't. Okay, well, I guess I'm still bruised.
So your face,
Yeah.
so your cheek
Yeah.
still looks a little.
There's probably still like a little purpling around it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or maybe just like veins.
Yeah.
You know, like surface, like almost like varicose veins on
Yeah.
the cheek.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like if you slapped a dead body.
Yeah. Let's move on, please. So you're running down the street. And
Okay, so we're running down the street.
Yeah.
All right.
And
it is dark.
It's dark. People are walking around. You
Yeah.
see the cars again. This is reminding you of last Saturday.
My spiritual depancing.
And so you're heading
We're
down.
laughing. We're giggling.
Yeah, she's just telling you little jokes and little
Yeah.
gossip about people in the house and
Oh, yeah?
like why certain people moved out and
Oh, okay.
she brought a man over and that's not allowed and I couldn't believe it. I saw him with my own eyes and stuff like that.
A man, a real life man.
Yeah. So you're walking around and
Okay.
you're noticing the different storefronts. And you're walking past a window that looks familiar to you.
Yes, I was wondering about that actually.
Yeah, and it's the About Time antique store.
Is it open?
In a manner of speaking, there's somebody who's sweeping the sidewalk in front of it.
Oh, is it Delroy? What was his name?
Deacon?
Deacon.
I don't know. Depends on if you want to get closer.
Oh, how far away am I?
You're far further down the street.
Ah, I see. Are we heading in that direction?
You're heading in that direction, which is why you notice the window. You're like, this is looking familiar.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'll say like, oh, I know this place.
You do?
Yes, I was here last week.
When?
Last week?
So she sort of just lets that go. And she says, Do you know who lives here?
Yes. It's a lady by the name of Wilma Hudson.
No. Max lives here.
Who?
Max.
Who's Max?
He's this really cute boy, and sometimes he'll come to the house. I think Marguerite hires him for little odd jobs, and he lives here, and he's so cute. He's so dreamy.
Oh.
So you're walking up as you're talking?
Yeah. I'll say, yeah, I think I saw him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've probably seen him around the house. That would make sense.
Yeah.
So...
Not too many other boys around the house.
No. That's why it's like weird that he gets to hang out and like do work. Like he'll work in the kitchen or he'll do gardening and stuff like that. So as you're getting closer to the storefront, it is Max who's sweeping the front of the store.
Okay.
So he looks up and there he is with his big brown eyes.
Yeah.
And he sort of stands there with the broom, and he sort of looks at both of you as you're getting closer.
Yeah.
He says, "Hi."
Okay. So, nod and wave. Hello.
And Consuelo, like, she can barely say anything. She's just kind of giggling and kind of putting her hand in front of her mouth.
Oh my God.
And she's looking at him, and he's just sort of looking from side to side, like, what's going on? It's just sort of awkward.
So I say, I'm kind of like standing there, and I'm like, we haven't been introduced. Charlotte Winchester, pleased to meet you.
Do you put your hand out?
Of course.
So he takes your hand. So he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
To shake it.
Yeah.
And is it cold?
Oh, it's cold.
So you can tell he flinches slightly,
Yeah.
and you can feel the same thing you felt when Consuelo's hand touched you, where it's this emanating, radiating blood essence. And he doesn't seem to shy away from the handshake.
Okay.
And he drops the handshake organically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then suddenly in the door frame is Wilma standing there.
Yeah.
And she's looking down at you too. All three of you.
All right.
And says, "Oh,
Oh.
it's you."
So I'll give a very shallow curtsy with my skirt. You know, Miss Hudson.
She nods to you, Charlotte. Max, what's going on? Oh, well, I was just sweeping and these girls walked up. And so she's like, "Well, I understand that, but..."
We're just out for a walk tonight, Miss Hudson.
"Oh, that's all?"
Yes.
So Consuela is like she's just staring at Max and just watching everything that he's doing.
Right.
So whatever's happening between you and Wilma, like, it's not really registering. Right. So
I'm going to try and auspex Wilma.
what the take the power back.
That's right. All right, so it's perception plus empathy, difficulty 8. And that's a nice pool.
Wait,
No, Charlotte hasn't had to worry about that in decades. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, man, it's just, it cuts like a knife when you got to take those successes away because of those ones.
Oh, I know.
That was the sole reason we even tried Chronicles of Darkness, because you're just like, fuck this.
True.
All right, well, I got one success, so I can see whether she's pale or, well, I know what the hell she is.
Yeah, you already know that.
Let's see.
Look closer, Lenny.
Oh my god.
So I mean, you can. I mean, it's not just like her, right? I mean, you have heightened senses, right?
I do.
Okay, so.
And I can do a cursory scan of the whole area.
You can do a cursory scan, but you can also. I mean, wait. What did you get? What was your success?
1.
Oh.
Whopping 1.
Oh Christ!
I know.
All right.
It would have been 3 if I hadn't rolled those 2 1s.
Yeah, it says that. Yeah.
It's all good.
All right.
I can't really get a read on her. So it goes.
On her? You don't want to do the area?
Oh, I would love to do the area.
Okay, then you can. Do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, great. Oh, okay. Did you say that and I missed it?
No, I hadn't definitively said
Okay.
anything.
All right. So you are committing to this.
Yes.
So, yes. So you're looking at her and she's looking right back at you.
Yeah.
And she is then, you could tell, like, in the past when you've tried to look at people and assess like them, you could tell that there's some people, even mortals, that have been able to sort of put up a kind of a force shield.
Oh yeah.
It's it makes
Occlumency.
shit. Please, no. So
Please no.
it's a strange type of a defense that you really haven't been able to crack.
Yeah.
So this is particularly strong with Wilma.
Yes.
And
Not surprised.
you're right. And she's looking at you with her steady gaze. And so your sights turn to the store. The store is vibrating in this way that feels familiar.
Really?
Feels. That's all I can give you with a success of 1.
Paltry 1 success.
Feels familiar.
Yes.
Yeah, paltry 1.
Okay. Oh man, yeah.
So,
see,
yeah.
Three dots is Spirit's touch, and that's remember in the prelude where I was kind of laying the groundwork for that, like
Yeah.
how Charlotte likes to handle things.
Yeah.
That's like object reading, so I really want to get that. That'd be so good. But then I was just realizing with Obia 2, which is that I can basically put people to sleep. That would be a great way to feed.
I had read that a couple weeks ago and wanted to see if you could figure it out.
Oh well, you just know everything, don't you? Oh, you've got all the answers.
No, I really don't. But I had read that and I was like, oh, that could probably be used to feed on people. Am I going to tell David? No.
Hell no.
That's probably bad of me, but I just didn't.
No, I don't want you to tell me those
Okay,
things.
good.
Absolutely. Dude, the number of times I had to bite my effing tongue with Aaron. I mean, just the claws alone. It took you so long to get around to using your claws to, rip people apart.
All right, we're not here to talk about Aaron. I don't know how much more I can say that. So,
I came not to bury Aaron Evans,
but to praise
but to
him.
stake him.
Oh, no. So, Wilma is wearing like this green dress, and it's very elegant looking. It's almost toga-like. It's like silk. And she's wearing a gold necklace and these gold hoop earrings. And her hair, again, is very close cropped, curly to her head. She is wearing lipstick. And she has some reading glasses on, actually. And she just looks very regal and very rich and almost like a queen. And so when she's looking at you, it's like you're under the gaze of like this queen who's overseeing, like you're infringing on her domain.
Yeah.
And so as you're looking and you're feeling this feeling, let me see.
Ooh, dice rolling.
Oh, yeah. So as she's somehow she manages to turn your gaze from the store back to her, and that's why you're noticing how she looks and kind of getting drawn into her appearance instead.
Okay. All right.
What does that laugh mean?
I'm like, okay, I see how it is with her.
Okay.
It's gonna be like that, huh?
What do you mean? Describe.
Nothing.
Describe. No, it can't be nothing. Describe like how you're feeling about all this.
Well, what I'm wondering is how long is this taking a significant amount of time?
No, this is all in a flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know how I'm feeling about it actually, and she's obviously powerful, and it's also just partly like just being on the receiving end of this kind of shit.
What? Wait, what? Again, you said that last time.
I know,
what does this mean? What does this mean?
Well, just I'm used to dishing it out. Like, ooh, I'm gonna use this guy's dominate on Aaron Evans or whatever, like.
All right, so Wilma turns to Max and says, Max, you're off for the night, so if you want to go out, you can go out.
Okay.
And he looks at her and says, oh, really? Okay. Are you sure? And she says, yes, it's fine. I insist. You've been working a lot, and you should have some fun.
Does he look hopeful or excited?
He looks interested, intrigued.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Like, and then like, what'll I do with my spare time? So.
Damn.
What?
That's rough.
He's a busy kid. So Wilma goes back into the store, and you can tell she's going to the cash register, and you hear the machine clicking and closing the change drawer, and she comes back out with $5 and says, here, take this. I don't know, go to the cinema. Or
go see a Star Wars.
Pretty much. Yeah. Go to the cinema or whatever. I don't know. Just
whatever
here.
it is you do.
Yeah. And so he's like, oh, thanks, Aunt Wilma. Okay, yeah, I will. I'll go. All
right.
Yeah. So you see him pocketing the money.
Yeah.
And then he turns to you and to Consuela and says, so, do you want to go to the movies?
I suddenly got this vision of his pants being like checkered plaid like almost like golf pants.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. With like a little navy blue, like mock turtleneck, short sleeves. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
And he's wearing
please.
like Converse
Okay,
sneakers.
Cool. So yes, please.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Is Consuela still paralyzed?
No, she's like it's like her dream's coming true.
Right.
She's so excited.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, yeah, that we were just gonna go to the movies.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we were gonna do." You didn't discuss this,
Right,
but
of course.
so he says, "Oh, really? Okay, yeah, let's go." So so you start walking down the street
Yep.
and roll perception plus awareness.
Oh, awareness first time. Busting out the awareness. Okay.
Plus, I'm gonna give you a bonus for
Heightened sentences.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1, right? Aspects.
You want to reduce the difficulty by 1? Or you
I'll
wanna...
reduce the difficulty by 1.
Okay. So what's the difficulty?
6. Ooh. Oh shit.
Well.
Oh my. Well. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I feel your pain.
Difficulty 6, you say?
Yeah.
All right. So 4 successes, not 5.
Sweet. So you hear Wilma's voice clearly in your head,
Ooh.
and says, "I might have what you're looking for."
Hey, you guys enjoy the movies, right? Okay, I'll be back and
So Consuela grips your hand,
yeah.
squeezes it,
Yeah.
and she's like, "You're still so cold."
Well, it's not very warm out.
Yes, but... And she just trails off. So, you're heading down the street, walking down the street.
Yep.
You don't turn back to look?
I do.
Okay, and so Wilma's just standing there with her arms crossed and standing in the door,
Eyebrow cocked.
just watching you. Yeah.
I'll give her a little short nod. A little
Robert
Redford.
nod
Yeah.
from The Revenant. All right, great.
No, it was wasn't the Revenant. It was the other one.
I don't know, Country Bob,
Yes, yes, it was when he was in the Country Bear Jamboree movie.
Davy Crockett or something. I don't know.
No, whatever that. Yeah, well, it's
The Revenant.
yeah, it was the '70s Revenant.
Yeah,
70s
that's what I
Revenant.
mean.
Yeah,
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, well, it's not called the Revenant.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh,
It's the guy's name who I can't.
no
I can't bring
idea.
the name up right now. Transom. Anyway. Go on.
Okay. So you give her a nod.
Yeah.
And she just goes back into her. So you see very quickly, kind of supernaturally fast.
Ooh.
She closes the door and the lights flicker off in the shop.
I love that actually. It's
Yeah.
like ka-doom, ka-tsk.
Yeah.
That's great.
So you're walking up the street, and at first there was some chattering between Max and Consuela, and then it sort of has petered off into like not talking. And so you're heading up. You were heading down Hill Street, and then you turned right onto 3rd, and you see this. I mean, there's a lot of skyscrapers around, but you're seeing this amazing building, like unlike anything you've ever seen. It's higher than all the other high rises. Like all the other buildings are like 3 to 4 stories. This is like 20. No, not 20. Who am I kidding? It's like 15 stories. It's tall,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say 13.
Okay. Oh,
13 stories.
how.
No, not like that. 12. Fine, it's 12 stories. And so as you're walking up, there's a marquee,
Okay.
and it says $1 Million Theater.
Classy.
Very classy. And
This theater looks like $1 million.
and you can tell the building looks. It resonates with you. It looks like a building that you would have seen when you were their age, those two kiddos.
Yeah.
Consuela and
Yeah.
Max's age.
Is it a little bit like the theater in Berlin that I went to see the Masked Marauder at?
Much bigger, but there are design elements that are
Reminiscent of,
similar,
yeah.
very similar, but it's much grander, and it's beautiful.
Jeremiah Johnson, by the way.
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson. And so as you're walking up
Yeah.
to you're walking up, you're seeing the marquee.
It's all lit up.
It's all lit up. There's just
Yeah.
tons of lights. People are walking around talking. You see like discarded popcorn on the ground, little wrappers, ticket stubs. And so people are looking at the marquee. You see folks in like the foyer like looking at all the different movie posters. So just tons of different movies playing. Or about to be.
Yes,
shown. Coming soon.
Coming attractions.
Coming attractions.
Yes.
Among others. But the ones that are playing, you see a poster for something called Cool Hand Luke.
Okay.
You see one for Camelot, which might push your buttons a little bit.
It might.
You see one for... There's actually one that stands out.
Okay.
And it's... Because you see this incredibly buxom woman. Strawberry blonde hair.
Oh, okay.
Well, strawberry blonde hair.
Yeah.
Total winged eyeliner.
Yeah.
Wearing a bikini, and the movie is called It's a Bikini World. And you see this woman in this pose, and she has like milky white skin.
Yeah.
And again, the big like beautiful flowing strawberry blonde hair, like kind of dancing.
Yeah.
And it says starring Rose Thorne. She's wearing like this emerald green bikini. Yeah. So you see It's a Bikini World. You see another poster for something called Mission Stardust. And so you're all just sort of saying, so, what do you want to see?
Well, what's playing tonight?
What's playing tonight would be Cool Hand Luke and Camelot.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you all, but I think I fancy Camelot.
And so Consuela's like, oh, I was hoping you'd say that. Like, I want to see that too.
Good.
And Max is like, kind of like trying to...
I want to see the prison drama.
Yeah. All right. He's like, okay, all right. This will be on me, ladies. Don't you worry about anything. So he kind of strides up to the ticket booth. And he says, 3 for Camelot, please. And so the clerk's like, oh, sure, okay. Well. So he's the clerk at the like the ticket taker, the ticket sales booth, booth guy.
Box office
person. I should know. I used to do that. Anyway, it's like my first job. So they take the money, get the tickets, and like enjoy the show. Sure. So you can see like there's like these older teens in this box, and they're just like chatting and talking and not really paying a lot of attention to any of that. So Max turns to you, smiling, gives you your ticket, gives Consuela the ticket. She's like, oh, this is so exciting. She's like, we'll why don't we buy the snacks?
Okay.
We'll buy the snacks.
All right.
And so Mac's like, no, like this is on me. I still have some money, so
I still have $4.60.
Yeah, like, hey, I can buy us a popcorn. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
And he turns to you and says, Charlotte, do you like popcorn?
Oh, I used to.
What happened?
I just don't really have a taste for it anymore.
Oh. So, as you're walking over into the theater, and it's just beautiful. I mean, it's this gorgeous theater that has tons of seats. It's all like red velvet seats.
Yeah.
And
the lobby itself.
As you're walking into the lobby, you're seeing all of this amazing, like up in the ceiling, there's these large, like, the best way to describe them would be these mandalas that are just covered in flowers and star patterns. And then there's these chandeliers that are just holding, the light bulbs, and it's just softly illuminating with this warm light. And you're seeing just like all of this beautiful decor that just reminds you of when you were little. And so as you're walking in, your tickets are taken. Everything is like in these orange, like orange tones, gold warm tones. The rug is just like this beautiful like plush like oriental print. Floor to ceiling. Yeah. I mean, not floor to ceiling. Floor, like, covers the whole floor.
Oh,
basically.
the rug, yeah.
There's no hardwood or anything.
Floor to ceiling rugs.
Sorry. And so as you walk into as you walk into the theater,
Yeah.
you're seeing the elaborate, just like the portcullis, like, right? That's the portcullis, the part of the theater that has overhangs.
Proscenium.
The proscenium, sorry. The proscenium that is there, and it's also that same, it's kind of like an Asian decor, but it's not like...
It's Orientalist.
It is, but it seems more like Bali or something that's Pacific Island, Fiji-esque. And there's just these beautiful, all of these seats. There's a balcony, and so Mac's like, let's go up on the balcony. So you get out of the theater and you go up the stairs, and you're looking around at, I don't know what you're doing, but
you're good. Keep it going.
They're looking around for seats, and you're looking to find the best one. So Max just kind of charges up to the very front of the balcony.
Right.
And says, let's sit here. So there's not a lot of people up in the balcony. You see a couple of older teens, some adults.
Yeah.
And make a perception plus awareness roll.
Again with the perception. Do. Well, no ones this time. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty 7.
Okay. 1, 2. And what is that? 2.
2. So as you're looking around, you notice like this young boy sitting in the audience.
Okay.
He's by himself.
Okay.
He's wearing like a white sweater. And he's just sitting there, sort of just staring at the crowd.
And he's on the balcony. Okay.
And he's looking
Something caught my eye, though.
He's looking at you.
He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. So, like, I'm standing still next to the chair that I'm going to sit in.
Yeah.
While the Consuela and Max are sitting down.
The Consuela and Max.
The Consuela and Max are sitting down.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of staring back at him. You said he was at the top of the balcony?
Yeah. He's kind of he's looking over everything. It's like he's almost
surveying it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm just looking back at him.
Okay, and he just keeps staring at you.
Just stare right back.
All right.
Ooh, Auspex.
Yeah.
Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo. And doobie-doo. What I should do is just have I should do like Shemp and get medicine bottles and have each one preloaded with separate arrangements of D10s and then have them labeled. So like Auspex, so I have to just grab the bottle and roll it.
Nonsense.
Like,
he doesn't do that.
No, he doesn't do that.
He doesn't take it that far.
Obviously, that's next level shit.
Okay, I don't know what that is. It doesn't sound like next level shit as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's a brilliant idea. All right, well, 2 successes this time.
2 successes. Okay.
So that gives me shade, and it also gives me the main color.
Shade and the main color. Wait, what is shade? What is that?
Pale or bright.
All right. Well, it is a pale. It's a pale aura.
Okay. And the main color.
The main color.
Yes. And
it's a pale color. What were you gonna say?
Well, I'm curious. Like, I guess it's implicit that the Auspexer, have some idea of what these colors mean.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking you can feel the color.
Yeah.
And so when you see the color, you're like, oh, but you feel it on another level.
Sure.
Which is the heightened sense.
Gotcha.
That's what I take it as.
That's reasonable.
Not just seeing it, but feeling it.
Right.
You see this pale aura of dark blue, but at its core it's a green. It kind of is a green core with a dark...
A green shading to blue.
Like a
dark blue.
Yes.
Obsessively suspicious. Suspiciously obsessive.
I don't know. How are you interpreting this?
That is how I'm interpreting it. That's what I just said.
He's obsessively suspicious or
suspiciously obsessive. So interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what colors he's seeing right now.
I don't know.
Not that I am assuming he has aspects as well.
You are assuming. So what do you think? This is a person. I mean, kindred. This is.
It's a Cainite.
It's a Cainite.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts?
I know it's a Cainite, and stands to reason. I think I've figured out that I'm seeing a lot of them in this neighborhood because there's a lot of people here. Mm-hmm. I've only ever experienced that small town living. Right. Whereas Lucille and I were the only ones in town. So I'm just taking this for granted. Like, oh, this is a big city. Right. There must be a lot of Cainites in every big city. Every big city must have a lot.
That's funny because you've never been in another big city.
No, I haven't. I have nothing to compare it against.
But you're thinking this is normal.
I think it's
like
perfectly
suddenly
normal.
You're just like Sesame Street level. Like you're walking down the frickin' street and there's like,
oh hey, what's up, Big Bird? Yeah, exactly.
So
make your roll. Whatever your secret roll is, frickin' go ahead and make it.
All right.
Oh wow.
So
that's kind of the same laugh you did when the Tremere trio were breaking into Lucille's house. I don't know if I should be worried or not.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very tinkling.
Yeah.
All right. It's just I'm not used to having this much power in this game.
Right. See, you're having exactly opposite experience what I am, where I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can handle being on the receiving end of the fire hose, and you're like, it's so fun to turn the fire hose on.
Yeah. Okay. So suddenly.
Yes.
It feels like it's out of nowhere. Uh-huh. So suddenly you feel compelled to sit down.
Ooh.
But you're also filled with this feeling of anticipation at the same time. Okay. And you see at the same time that you're sitting down, Consuela and Max also sit down, and almost everyone else in the theater sits down. And there's this murmur like, oh my god, the movie's gonna start it's gonna start soon.
Yeah.
And within a couple seconds it's silent and the lights go down.
Yeah.
And the music starts.
All right.
Not that music. Other music. So like, but
the curtains draw back.
The curtains draw back. There's somebody playing an organ down. An organ pops up. Someone's playing just like an overture.
Right.
And because that's what happened back in the day.
Yeah, you gotta give people a good show to compete with television.
So once that overture is done,
I'm sitting here thinking, this will all be a porno palace in 10 years.
No, it won't. I'm just gonna say for the record.
What?
It won't.
I thought it was.
No.
$1 Million Theater?
No.
It never went porno?
I don't think so. I'm like 80% sure.
Well, now now it's like a clothing depot.
Right. So the whatever music the organist is playing dies down.
Oh, I think that was the Los Angeles that went porno. Anyway,
they drop back into the down, like below the stage.
Right.
The lights fully go down, and the movie starts.
Okay. Hey-o.
And so it starts everything, and so you settle all in.
Yes.
And everyone claps, and you feel yourself suddenly clapping.
Oh my god.
Like you don't know what's compelling you to, and you've seen movies before.
Yeah.
But something's compelling you to clap.
Yeah.
And you're feeling giddy, too, at the same time.
Nice.
So I'm going to give you one more perception plus awareness.
Ooh, all right. Okay. God, I got a perception of 4 dots. Good for me.
I know.
Give myself a pat on the back.
Yeah. You do that.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
3 successes.
So if you want to, you can turn around and see if there's...
Well, I got 3 successes, so I'm assuming I'm turning around.
Mm-hmm. So you do.
Yeah.
And you see that boy is closer.
Ah.
Yeah, he's a couple rows behind you now.
but still like as if he's been there the whole time.
Yeah, and you just see the credits, like kind of the light from the credits flickering over his face as his ice blue eyes and golden hair being illuminated.
It's like a weird mirror image of me.
Yeah. And so you see he's watching the credits very, very closely. And then suddenly his gaze just looks right into your eyes.
Ah.
And you hear a voice in your head. Who are you?
So I'm looking at him still. So I'll just think to myself. I'll say, how are you doing that?
So his gaze breaks yours and he just looks back at the screen.
So like slowly turn back around. And then I'll just try and get into the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's easily done. You suddenly get swept up into a very passionate musical about King Arthur and his knights, which you've read extensively about.
Of course.
And you get swept up in the beautiful music and the romance and everything. I mean, how does Charlotte how much have you read about King Arthur and his noble knights?
I think quite a bit. I'm very familiar with the Western canon. So I've probably read at the very least Le Morte d'Arthur. I've read that. I've read the Idyls of the King. Probably have read some of the like medieval French. I've read like Gawain and the Green Knight, and then I've read some of the medieval French like Lancelot, Vulgate, and whatnot. You know. So yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Okay.
Very familiar with it.
So do you have?
Had 61 years to read this stuff.
Wow, I hope you sound like that when you're 61. So do you have are you taking issues with the liberties that the play is taking with the story? Because you love culture, art.
Yep.
I'm just curious what you're thinking about this.
I have 3 dots in snob, and no. But I am going to roll intelligence plus academics. Just to give myself an idea.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Yeah.
So 2 successes on that. So I am picking out the artistic liberties, but I've read broadly enough and deeply enough to know that every Arthur story is different. Every Arthur story reflects the interests and prejudices of its own time.
Right.
And so I'm finding it actually very fascinating as a cipher for this modern society that I find myself in. Yes.
Very nice. So throughout the
if I had botched, I would have been like, no, I would have been like, doesn't hold up to the classics.
Okay. So you are watching the movie, you're taking it all in. Consuela's like squeezing your hand from time to time with excitement. And Max seems very rapt and like interested in what's happening on screen and
surprised himself.
Yeah. So the movie ends.
Okay.
There's people sniffing and enjoying, like everyone's like, oh, and everyone claps at the end.
Yeah.
But they're doing it of their own volition. You don't feel compelled to clap or anything.
Right.
So you're gonna get up to leave.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And so you're heading out of the theater.
Well, where's that boy? Where's that boy?
He's. I love that you had no idea what that was, and now you use it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not even in any way popular anymore.
Nope.
Like, it's so bizarre.
Again, dad jokes.
Oh God. And he's nowhere to be seen.
Never be seen. Okay.
So you're making your way down the stairs,
Yes.
and you're walking down the stairs
Yep.
into the lobby.
Yep.
And you see that there's one other picture that you missed in the lobby of another movie coming out soon.
No. You're far too amused right now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, it just makes me
sorry.
it makes me worried. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Oh no, it's another movie.
Yeah.
And it's that same familiar woman with the strawberry blonde hair.
Right.
She's wearing this tight blue dress.
Okay.
And you see she's holding like a little suitcase, like a little hard suitcase.
Yeah.
Like a weekend case.
Yeah.
And the title of the movie is The Mini Affair. And it says starring Rose Thorne.
Uh-huh.
So you're just seeing that her being her movies being showcased
Yes.
extensively.
Interesting. Uh-huh. Is Max particularly captivated by this?
He lingers a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like this little mini dress, like very mini.
Right.
And,
I get it.
And she's very, she's very curvaceous.
Yeah.
It's not like the usual what you're seeing too in other magazines. It's these really like skinny models. She's like the exact opposite of that.
Right.
She's very curvaceous. Reminds you a little bit of like Marilyn Monroe kind of figure. So, but she's like strawberry blonde hair. It's more of a reddish tone. Yeah, again, very pale, and with this really amazing winged cat eye eyeliner.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're seeing this, and the lobby's clearing out, and you're all walking out. So Consuelas says, "Oh, I'm not tired. I don't want to go back home yet."
Yeah. No. What else should we do?
So Max is...
What is it, about 9:30?
Yeah, it's about 9 o'clock. And so Max says, I don't know. So he's kind of looking around, and he says, I don't know, we could go on Angel's Flight.
I was just thinking the very thing.
Really?
The first night I got into town, that's the first thing Consuela told me when she wanted to go on Angel's Flight with me, and I don't even know what this thing is, so...
Yeah, let's go do it. It's really... And so Max is like, it's really nothing. I mean, I ride it almost every day.
Yeah.
It's really not a big deal. And Consuela's like, well, I've never been on it. So they're kind of bickering back and forth. And so they're walking a little bit ahead of you.
Uh-huh.
And you feel suddenly... You feel like somebody's very gently tugging at your elbow.
Oh. Hey, what the fuck? No. Heads off the material.
Get your meat hooks off of me.
Get your meat hooks off of me.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I was setting you up.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say get your meat hooks off of me.
Okay.
Well, no, I'll just look over.
So you turn.
I turn and I look at my elbow. Is there a hand on my elbow?
There's a hand on your elbow.
All right. So is the hand connected to an arm?
It is.
So my eyes will follow the arm up to the presumed face that is connected to the shoulder of this arm.
And so it's the boy.
Yes.
And he's standing there. I mean, you're about the same height.
Uh-huh. So I'll stop and I'll turn.
Yeah.
And feeling a little... Well, I'm a little like, this guy's kind of pissing me off, you know?
What?
Like
He's pissing you off.
He's pissing me off because I'll just say, well, you know, it's rude to just grab somebody like that.
And so his eyes kind of squint. Who are you to tell me what's rude?
Charlotte Winchester. And I put my hand out. Pleased to meet you.
And he sort of he looks a little bit beside himself, slightly charmed actually by what you're doing.
Yeah.
And he takes your hand actually and kisses the top of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then perhaps I was too hasty in accusing you of having poor manners.
Well, who are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm sorry. What's your name?
You don't need to know that.
I'm new in town.
I can tell.
As for what I'm doing here, I'm enjoying a night out with my friends.
Well, they seem to be heading off without you.
I look over like,
Oh, shit.
assholes. So they haven't noticed that I've fallen back.
Actually, as he says that, suddenly Consuelo whips around and says, Charlotte, come on.
Yeah.
Bring your friend if you want to.
So I look back at him and just kind of give a half shrug.
And he puts his hands in his pockets and he says, maybe another time. And he just walks away down the opposite side of the street. And he kind of blends into the crowd.
So I'll watch for a few moments, and then I'll turn and jog to catch up.
Okay. So Consuelo wraps her arm around you, like links arms with you.
Yeah.
And so Max is telling a story about how he was, the last time he was gardening, he found like a finger bone in Parvo Doré. He saw like, he says, I could have sworn it was a finger bone. It looked like a human finger bone. But I don't know. I mean, there's so many places here that have graves and people build on top of them, and there's all kinds of stuff that you find.
Did it look old?
It looked kind of bleached. You know, it didn't look like anything, it didn't look new, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. That is weird. You're probably right, though. It's probably an old burial ground.
Yeah.
Hey, Consuela, that may be why so many weird things happen there, if it's on an old burial ground.
Oh, don't get me started on this. I hear all types of things in that house. It has to be haunted.
Have you ever seen anything in your closet?
No.
I'm kind of like deadly serious.
Yeah.
You know?
So she says, no. Why?
And kind of look around. This is so childish, but I thought I saw something in my closet last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? What was it?
The light started going on and off and on and off.
That's weird. That's totally a ghost.
Yeah. And then I opened the closet door. Wow.
What? What was there? So
We're-
Max, so they've stopped walking at this point and they're just standing and staring at you.
Yeah.
And then one of the street lights is like kind of glowing and it's sort of having you in its spotlight.
Oh, nice. Do either of you believe in monsters?
So they both kind of look at each other like, what kind of monsters?
Oh, you know, monsters. Ghosts, vampires.
Do perception plus alertness.
Yeah. You know, Frankenstein's, Dracula's.
You know, those types.
Last night I had a
ilk.
dream that I saw Dracula. Difficulty of...
7.
That'd be a no.
Nil. None.
So Consuelo looks at Max and says, and looks back at you and says, I have some suspicions that there could be monsters. But, it just gives me the chills. There's things that have happened in that house, and so she looks around when she says this, and she looks around before she says this and says, I think Marguerite is a witch or something. I don't know what she is, but there's something. She's not like a person. She acts like one, but she isn't one.
I kind of like squint a little bit.
So do perception. Okay, I want you to do perception. Actually, do. I guess.
Ooh, I could auspice them, I suppose.
I guess, but perception or wits plus. Wits plus. Could you do wits plus alertness?
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
I would do wits plus.
What's the wits for?
Wits, I view Wits as like streetwise, right? I mean, no, streetwise is streetwise, but Wits has to do with category is.
I have a couple merit-based notes once you're done with that.
Okay. Why don't they describe... Okay. Wits measures characters' ability to think on their feet and react quickly to certain situation. It also reflects the character's general cleverness. So, yeah, I want to see how tuned in you are to this conversation.
Okay.
So Wits
Whether
plus
I'm keeping up with it or not.
keeping up
basically.
with it and understanding the undercurrent and the little subtext.
nuance.
And then also the body language of both of them as they're talking about this.
Nice.
Since you kind of fudged
I think
them.
that's a good use of wits.
So Wits plus alertness?
Alertness.
Yeah. Wait. And then alertness
Or empathy.
is your basic knack for noticing things that go on around you.
Okay.
So that's alertness. So it's going to be alertness. It's Wits plus alertness.
Okay. I have 3 dots in alertness and empathy, so it'll be the same either way.
All right.
Difficulty?
6.
Hey, that's a bit more like it. All right, so 3 successes.
Okay, great. So, I kind of lost the thread of what was being said.
Monsters. Do we believe in monsters?
you asked them
Margarita's a witch.
Okay,
She's not a real person.
right.
I'm squinting at them.
You're looking up at them,
Yeah.
or you're probably all about the same height. Or
Really? They're not taller than me?
Max is a little taller than you. Consuelo is a little taller than you.
Yeah.
Not much though.
So 1 inch and 2 inches.
Yeah. So they're looking at you, and you're looking back at them like. So you can tell that Max feels uncomfortable with this conversation. And Consuela she seems totally normal compared to him. Like, she's just kind of like, she just seems like a very intuitive type of a child.
Right.
And Max seems to have firsthand knowledge. Like, he knows that monsters exist.
Right. Yeah. Like for Consuela, this is still partly a game. It's still partly imaginative play.
Right.
But it's like when you're a young adolescent, you're still kind of engaging in that naturally, but then you have this other sense of like being grounded in the real world. So it's kind of fun to almost speculate on those sorts of things.
Right.
But
for him, it doesn't look like it's
he
fun.
looks uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable in the sense of like that and because you had like you had a complete success, he doesn't want to divulge. He's trying to keep his mouth shut, and it's hard for him because he likes to talk.
Yeah.
And he seems to feel like he's holding back.
I'm waiting for the right moment to and if the right moment never comes, it never comes, but I'm waiting for the right moment. I'm in character and as a player,
Right.
debating whether to get Consuela in on my secret or not. And what I'm waiting for is an opportunity to like impress her, so that she's not scared, like. But I don't know if that'll ever happen or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think I'll just seeing that Max is uncomfortable and knowing where he works, I can kind of infer some things from that. Like, I wonder how much he knows about everything. I wonder if he's like Miss Emma. So I'll just kind of let it drop.
Okay. So there's kind of this awkward pause. And so Max is like, do you guys want to go on Angel's Flight or not?
Yeah.
All right, so you start heading toward what looks like this very, again, it's this kind of Art Deco design. There's this little gate. It's like two concrete pillars with a little archway. And then at the top, there's these little square towers, little rounded tops. And it has, in like all capital letters, Angel's Flight. And so you see there's a turnstile in front of it.
Okay.
And you can see like next train at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.
Right.
And so you are also seeing these beautiful orange cars. One's very far up on the distance. It's going up the hill. And you see one coming down the hill.
Right.
And on these like tracks Max.
Right.
And they're right up along these buildings. These looks like apartment buildings or storefronts. It's up against. It's like in an alley between the building, and then there's like a little tunnel. The tunnel that goes through the street. It's like that goes under the hill that the flight is going over.
Right.
Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. And so you see a couple people waiting at the light. They're kind of waiting to cross the street.
Okay.
There's a couple folks that are waiting for the next train or tram to go up. And it's coming down the hill.
Okay.
And so Max is like, here it is. It's not really a big deal, Consuela, but I don't know. So she's really like taking it all in, and she says, so if we just go up that hill, we're going to end up right back up at Olive.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so we'll be like a couple blocks from home.
Fun.
Yeah. So she gets in line with everybody else, and you're all in line. Perception plus awareness.
Oh, awareness. Damn. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
4.
Whoa. So as you're looking around, damn, you're good. So as you're looking,
I'm very perceptive. It's one of my things that I do. Yes.
so as you're looking around, you're seeing the mortals around, the blood smell,
The canal.
yeah. You can smell their blood. You can hear their blood pumping through their veins. Your hunger is...
The hunger's coming back.
Yes.
I managed to suppress it for a while, but it's coming back. Yeah, I need to do so. I can't go to sleep tonight without doing something. I'm gonna go into a torpor if I don't.
So,
oh, Lord Almighty.
So
Carry on.
So the tram comes down, and you see in line there are these 2 old ladies.
Okay.
They're twins.
Oh shit.
They look exactly alike, and they're both old.
Okay.
They're wearing these kind of shapeless black dresses. And they're wearing these very old-looking coats that you haven't seen in, like, decades.
Yeah.
Their shoes are very scuffed. It's like they're not really taking care of their shoes at all. They kind of look like bag ladies who are somehow trying to look a little fancier than what they are able to pull off usually.
Right.
And they're staring at you.
Oh, god damn it. I'm like a freaking beacon here.
You're a new arrival in the city.
I know. It's one of my flaws.
Yep.
It's one of my flaws.
Yep.
New blood or whatever it's called. This is why I don't leave Parvo Dore.
So one of them looks at you.
Yeah.
And suddenly her fangs are over her bottom lip.
What?
And she's looking at you.
Excuse me, that is a clear masquerade violation.
Kidding. No, but
And then
that's...
as quickly as she does that, her lips
She
are back.
tucks her lip back. Yeah. How close are they?
They're just a couple people back in line from you.
And they're waiting to go on this tram. All right, how are the trams arranged?
What do you mean?
Like
They're side by side.
No, I mean the actual tram. How many seats are there? How big are they?
Oh, they're like a cable car.
Cable car size.
Yeah, so you can fit probably about 30 people, 40 people on them.
All right. So
At the least.
I'm suddenly feeling very protective of Max and Consuela.
Oh. So they're just kind of talking and joking again, talking about, scary ghosts and like just stupid teenager stuff.
So he's kind of going along with it now.
He's kind of just joking about ghosts and like I don't know what's happening at your house. It's pretty scary. You better watch out because they're gonna come and get you. You know, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Johnny, stop it! All right, so
Stop it, Johnny.
Stop it, Johnny. You're acting like a child.
Oh, Barbara.
All right,
Barbara was right.
Yes. Women's intuition in horror films. Anyway, so I'm kind of like half listening to their conversation so that I can respond to it in very sort of like kind of ways, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping an eye on these two because I know Predator when I see one.
Oh.
You know, and I'm gonna auspex them as well.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
They're watching me. I can watch right back. 3 successes.
3 successes.
So that's going to give me shade, main color, and color patterns.
Okay. So as you're looking at them, what you see is... Wait, let me... What you see is...
Pale.
Yeah. However, what is noticeable around them, it covers both of them. It's like red and white striped, almost like a barber pole or peppermint stick.
Ooh.
And it's like this swirling like it's like a barber pole, like it's just swirling around them both.
Or a candy cane.
Possibly. Red and white, just flickering faster and faster and faster and swirling and swirling and swirling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
You want to share this with whenever you read something.
I'm trying to find out what it is. So.
Oh no, I just meant in general, just to describe what it is, what these auras are.
Yeah, I'm looking at my.
Because we both know.
I'm looking at my. No, I don't know yet. So red is angry, white is innocent. Mm-hmm. Interesting, and okay. Shifting, would it be flickering, shifting,
swirling,
rapidly rippling?
Well, a combo between...
Or hypnotic and swirling.
Both.
Hypnotic and swirling, no!
Which is?
Psychotic. Are there any black veins?
Oh, yes. And that's the first time you've ever seen...
Yeah.
Have you seen your own aura?
I don't know, that's an excellent
question.
question.
Can you auspex yourself?
Probably.
You think?
Probably.
Self-auspecting?
But the black veins dissipate after like a week or two, so.
Not always. Do you remember what Wilma said to you in the store?
Well, that had only been a week anyway, so.
Still. Anyway, so.
I don't think I've ever auspexed myself.
I just blew myself.
I just blew myself. Here's what you do. You get a tape recorder. You record yourself.
Oh, Tobias, you blow hard. So you're seeing this red and white stripes swirling hypnotically around them.
Innocent? Is it deep red?
No.
Just regular red?
Regular red.
Innocent and angry. What a crazy combination. All right.
Is that what Charlotte's thinking, or you personally, David, as a player?
Both.
Okay. Think about it, won't you? Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
So these ladies, as you're staring at them more, and you see this aura, and their mouths. Again, you can't really stop looking at their mouths. They have this it looks like layers of lipstick on their lips. It's kind of caked on.
Yeah. Foundation too, or
the foundation is powdery and caked on. The mascara is
clumped
and they have bags under their eyes. So so you're moving up in line. And chattering and kind of the sound goes out of the world for a second, and the sound comes back up where you're hearing these little chattering and also just other people kind of just murmuring, talking. And
can I get a estimate of whether they're going to be on the tram?
Yeah, so
doing a quick head count ahead of us, and then between them and us.
They're definitely going to be on the tram.
All right. I'm definitely making sure I'm third in line behind Consuela and Max.
Okay.
So that's me between them and
So
them
they start.
and them.
Okay, so the tram comes down, stopped. People are getting out.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people. It's getting pretty late.
Okay.
And so the operator then says, "All right, all aboard." So people start to come on. So there's really not that many people coming onto the tram.
Sure. I mean, it's
Some people
what
were
did you say? It's a Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so some people were chattering like, "Oh, okay, bye." Like other
Right,
people,
right.
individuals are kind
Damn
of
it.
just seeing them off. So it's
Even fewer people than I thought.
yeah. So it's you three.
Yeah.
It's like this older gentleman and this young man. And that's about it. And then the two old ladies. So they all get on. The operator says, "All right, everybody, like, here we go."
Right.
So Max says it's only like 300 feet up. Like, and so Consuela's like, "This is so fun! Oh my gosh!" She's like, "Oh wow, look at this!" And like, you can see like the windows of the apartment over on the other side, and that's so cool. And like, oh, and then like, so she's just talking and chatting.
So we're occupying a whole bench. Okay. Are they like stacked? Like, okay, how are is it like a cable car where the benches are around the perimeter, or are they like?
Yeah, the benches are around the perimeter
Okay.
and against the windows of the tram.
Right. So there's a central open area.
Yes.
Damn. I was hoping it'd be more like a tour bus style with like bench, you know, like. But
So the tram takes
Well,
off with a slight jolt.
can I kind of subtly guide them in a way that we're sitting so that I have these weirdo twins in my field of vision?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the tram takes off. All right.
The tram takes off. And yeah. So
I'm not taking my eyes off these crazy candy cane women.
crazy old ladies.
That's over there is a crazy lady. Yeah.
Okay.
What are they doing? How are they? I mean, are they just sitting? Are they
They're
still
just-
staring at me?
Well, no, they're not. It's not like your seats are facing each other. You're all faced in the same direction.
Oh, see, that's what I was asking was which way are the benches facing? Whether they were
Oh.
around the perimeter.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
they
are they
around the
subway style?
No, they're like bus style.
They're bus style.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Like a San Francisco cable car.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So how? So then we're sitting behind them then, if I'm able to keep them in my field of view.
No, you're not. They're sitting in front of you, just like the two gentlemen are.
They're sitting in. Yeah, that's what I said. We're sitting behind them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. They're sitting in front of me.
Yes, they're sitting in front of you.
Okay. How many rows?
Oh, just about 4.
Okay.
Yeah. And
The two gentlemen? Those are the other two
they're
who got
kind
on
of
the tram?
yeah. They're just like one of them. The operator is at the front of the car,
Yeah.
going up,
Yeah.
and like the tram is going up.
Right, because
Click,
it's
click,
it's like a
click.
weird angled.
It is. It's
tram.
a strange angle just going up this hill. So it's almost so as you're going up, you're seeing what you've just. You're going up the hill and you're seeing it
Yeah.
kind of splay out in front of you.
Yeah.
Just it seems backwards, but it's not.
Are the trams angled on the steep hill, or is the undercarriage keeping the tram level?
The undercarriage is keeping the tram level, so
Okay.
the rails are at an angle and they're
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah.
So the tram's just going up the tracks.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
And it's pulled by a chain, right?
yeah. That's why there's an operator on it.
So there's a
In the world of darkness, there's an operator.
No, I'm sure there's an operator just to make sure that nothing happens.
Right. So,
Yeah. In the world of darkness. Is he a particularly dark operator?
I don't think so.
No, he doesn't look sketchy.
No, he's not sketch
Okay.
at all. So
In fact, he has 2 more months until retirement.
Right. So, you see at that point, as it's clicking up, click, 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 chain, the sound of the chain running under the track. Mm-hmm. And Consuelo and Max are like, yeah, this is cool, this is fun.
Right.
You see one of the old ladies just get up.
Oh.
And she heads toward the operator.
Okay. So she's kind of swung out on the side of this thing, and she's...
No, she's just like, there's a little door inside of the, like, let's say...
I'm having trouble picturing the tram.
All right.
Is there a central aisle in the tram?
Yes. Okay, like a bus. So, the interior of the tram is like a bus. There are 2 seats. There are rows of 2 seats. Uh-huh. These seats are against the windows.
Yes. So there's a central aisle.
There's a central aisle.
Oh, so Consuelo and Max are sitting on one side of the aisle, and I'm sitting on the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the very front of the car, there is a door, and that's just how you got onto the tram. Uh-huh. And there is levers for the operator to pull.
Yeah.
They're positioned at the front, quote unquote, front of the tram.
Yes, the current front.
The current front. They are there. They have like a little shelf area. There's a little seat for them. Mm-hmm. Is this becoming easier to see?
I've got it now.
Okay.
I'm on board.
This tram is going up the hill, but it is going up at a weird angle.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like a very sharp angle.
Yes, even though it's not.
All told, the track is about 300 feet long.
Yes.
So it takes you from one street to the top of another, like over a hill.
Yep.
To another street.
Yes.
So it's between Hill and Olive Streets.
I got that. We've got buildings on either side.
No. You only have buildings on one side.
Buildings on one side.
And then on the other side, it's just trees and hills, which are over a tunnel that's at the bottom of the street. So I was trying to describe at the very bottom of the street.
Yep, there's a tunnel.
There's a tunnel that cars can go through.
Yep.
Hopefully that helps.
I'm totally there.
Good. Okay. I appreciate you bearing with me.
When is the tram taking flight?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's Angel's flight, so that's what I want to know. When are we getting airborne? All right.
So you see one of the
ladies.
One of the ladies goes up to the conductor or the operator.
Yeah.
And she just starts talking to him. Okay. And you hear her voice. Sounds like a kindly old lady.
Yeah.
She's just talking to him and asking him questions about the tram.
Right.
You can't really hear fully what she's saying. But she's just chatting with him, and he's laughing from time to time and joking with her, and they're talking.
Have we gotten to the middle point yet where the downhill tram goes around us? There's like a kind of a weird keyhole.
There is a weird keyhole. Yeah. You're approaching that point.
Okay, so we're not quite halfway up yet.
No.
All right, I'm just watching. I'm keeping an eye on both of them.
Okay.
So I'm like totally Google-eyed right now.
So you're watching
like a Rick and Morty character.
Yeah. So as you're sitting there, the other lady gets up very quickly.
Okay.
And she sits next to the older man.
Okay.
And he sort of is surprised that suddenly she's sitting next to him.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you see her pull her hand across his face. And he no longer has a face.
What?
And he's struggling.
Oh.
He's muffled cries.
Yeah.
He no longer has a face.
Right.
And then you see, and he's reaching out in front of him, trying to grasp at anything he can.
Oh my God.
And he's like, his body's like seizing.
Ooh.
And you see this woman suddenly attach herself to his neck.
Yeah.
And you smell blood.
Have Max and Consuelo noticed this?
No, they're still chatting. They're looking out the window.
Wow. What is the other old lady doing with the driver?
They're still chatting. There's a young man in there too, and he's dozing.
All right, so Okay. Wow. Shit. Okay, so... I mean... Conscience. Of course. Just gonna give this a quick roll here.
Okay.
Don't mind me. 2 successes. As I thought. Okay. I can't sit idly by and allow this to happen. Even though I understand the hunger, ladies. I get it. You need blood. You need blood to live, but there's better ways. There's better ways of getting it than turning a guy's face into a featureless mask. That's just about the weird. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. I've never seen a guy's face just get wiped out with a flick of the hand. I've never seen that. Oh, God. All right. So, I don't want to cause a scene, though. That's the thing.
Well.
But, okay. You know what? I'm gonna balance that conscience roll with a self-control roll. Okay, actually, I did pretty well on that. 3 successes, assuming difficulty 7. Okay, so I'm able to control myself.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go crazy here.
Right.
Shit.
Does this feel like frustrating?
No.
It's just a dilemma.
It's a dilemma.
All right.
So I'm getting up.
Yes.
Up very casually. And
So you're approaching that little loop,
okay.
the little part of the track that you just described as
Yeah.
switching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the keyhole switch.
Yeah.
All right, so it's coming up there. So I'm getting up very casually. I'm walking casually and yet with purpose. How long has she been clamped on this guy's throat? How long?
In about a minute.
A minute? Oh, shit. Okay. He doesn't have much longer.
No.
So she's just like horking away. Is
Yeah.
there any noise?
Yeah, you can tell like a
Emanating.
slurping sound.
There's a slurping sound. Okay. Does
But
the
it's kind of deafened by the
right the clanking?
clinking of the track.
Does the other old lady notice me walking up the center aisle?
No.
Okay. All right. As I'm walking, I've got my purse at my side. I'm clicking open the clasp, right? And reaching in and getting, putting my hand on the straight razor.
Oh.
My father's straight razor.
Okay.
And I'm at the seats now.
Right.
She's now she's leaning in on him, right?
Yeah.
He's up against the window.
Yeah.
All right. So just real smooth, real, calm.
Yeah.
I'm just going to lean in over her
Oh.
with the straight razor out, hand around her throat so that the blade's up against her throat, and then my mouth is next to her ear, and I'll say, I think you've had quite enough.
So she takes one last swallow. Pushes the body aside.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Okay.
And she turns to you with her mouth filled with blood that
Yeah.
you can smell.
Yeah.
And she cranes her neck up at you and says, "You wouldn't deny an old lady her pleasures, would you?"
So I'll stand back. I'm kind of palming the straight razor.
Yeah.
And I said, pleasures. There's no pleasure in this.
Okay, so. All right.
Okay.
What are you doing? Okay.
Okay. Some dice are being rolled.
Oh. Okay. So she grips your arm.
Ooh.
The one that's around her neck, you said?
What's that?
You describe the position again. So
Okay, well, by this point I've stood back.
Oh, now you're standing back.
I stood back, palming the straight razor.
Right.
So I'm standing in the aisle, looking down at her. You know, just kind of casual.
Right.
Right. Still trying not to make a scene. And I said, "There's no pleasure in that." No, she could reach out and grab my arm. Still, I mean, we're probably
Right.
10
No,
inches
so
apart.
but she will gently grasp your hand, your arm, your forearm.
Okay.
That's holding the straight razor,
Okay.
and she grips your arm, and she keeps squeezing
Ooh.
and squeezing and squeezing, and she's looking at you and just staring at you.
I'm gonna roll stamina plus fortitude.
Okay.
Biatch. Didn't think a little waif like me would have 2 dots in fortitude, did you?
As your dice get careening off the table.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
4 successes.
Oh shit.
So I'm just like staring right back at her, like completely like, you know, no emotion, no reaction on my face whatsoever.
So she looks confused.
Yeah.
And she keeps squeezing.
How many successes did she get?
2.
So she can't hurt me.
I know.
Yep.
So she's confused. And she says, wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, hold on a second.
Wait.
Hold on.
What? Wait. Excuse me? You can't tell me what to do.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you. Hold on. Don't roll those dice yet. I am telling you that I have a merit.
And I'm telling you. I have a merit.
It's called Iron Will. So any attempt to dominate, dementate, mind alter me in any way is at a +3 difficulty.
Oh, I know. Oh, she's not doing that.
Okay. Also.
Yes.
If she has either my nature or demeanor. No, that's only with perception tests. Okay, carry on. Go on.
Okay. She's not trying to control you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just wanted you to know.
I appreciate that. That helps.
Good.
But that's not what we're doing here.
Oh, jeez. Well, now I'm really confused.
You should be, because it's
Okay.
gonna get creepier.
Oh no. Oh no.
She looks at you. And she says, "You're hungry, aren't you? You poor little thing. Poor little match girl. So hungry. Grandmother has food for you.
Oh no.
If you want a little snack." And she offers her arm to you. Her wrist. Which you can tell she looked pasty before.
Yeah.
But she's pink with blood now.
Almost like a tick. Kind of swollen.
Yep. Poor little girl. So hungry. So hungry. And you're beautiful friends. You don't want to hurt them, do you?
I'm just totally picturing like in Ren and Stimpy when like the super detailed painting of like Stimpy's eyes or Ren's eyes. You're always like, oh. All right, self-control.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not to resist frenzy, but just to
see what you do.
see what I'm gonna do.
Christ. What happened?
So I'm going to. She's got her wrist out. I'm going to take a quick glance back towards Consuela and Max.
They're just talking.
Are they kind of like looking out the window talking?
They're looking out the window and talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All of this has happened in the span of like
Few
minutes.
Yeah.
At the most.
Yeah, like 2 minutes.
2 minutes,
Yeah.
basically.
All right. She's fairly waifish, right, herself. I mean, she's pretty small, this old lady. I mean, she's not obese.
No, I mean they're just baggy and saggy. I know that sounds terrible, but
That's, yeah. Well,
they're just sort of well, yeah.
okay.
They're very maternal, but
But, I mean, like, small stature.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, 5'4",
yeah.
5'3".
Yeah, they're about your height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this dead dude with no face, chilling.
She put his hat over as she's been like sitting there holding out her wrist.
He tipped his hat up.
tipped his hat over his face.
Oh, man.
And that young guy in his denim jacket, he's just snoring at this point.
Yeah.
His feet are crossed in front of him, and his hands are in his jacket.
Okay, so I've taken a furtive look around, and then I'm just going to slide in on the bench as best I can. Maybe, you know, half a cheek on the bench,
Yeah.
you know. And, you know, I've still got my knife in my hand.
Yeah.
So I just do the thing. I draw the knife
She
across her wrist.
doesn't even flinch.
Yeah. And I start to drink.
Okay.
So
she's stroking your hair.
oh God.
There, little girl. Poor little match girl. So
No.
sad.
All right. Blood point 1, ding. Blood point 2, ding. She's still letting me go.
Yeah.
3. Wow, she drained that guy dry, didn't she?
Yep.
4.
Yeah, you're done. And then she says, there, we're done now.
Okay.
And she pulls her wrist away.
Yeah.
And she licks it.
Okay.
And then she turns to you, and her face is just whiter than it was just moments ago. And she bares her fangs at you
Oh.
and says, "Get away from me!"
Wah! That was good. All right, so by the way, I have a blood bond section here. So I've drank once from
Wilma.
right?
Yep.
And which of the two was this one?
Oh, this was Enid.
Enid
Blount.
Blount. So I'm at 1 and 1 with both of them. I really hope I don't ever drink from one of the Blount sisters again. Well, here I am, drinking from a Blount sister again. Record scratch. Yeah, that's me. You may wonder how I got into this situation.
What's with the chimp and the bug?
What's with the... Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so... Shit. Little sticky situation.
Oh, man.
Okay, so...
All right, so she says, "Get away from me!"
Yep.
And I jump back up.
And so Max and Consuelo, like, they hear that.
Yeah.
And so they see you jump, and...
Yeah, so I jump back up off the bench onto my feet, like, whoop,
Yeah.
you know, and then I'm just, you know, like very, very quickly walking back down the middle aisle with my hands at my sides, you know, tucking the straight razor up into my sleeve.
Right.
Another good reason to have long sleeves.
So Max and Consuelo...
And kind of wiping my mouth with my other hand, you know.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Yeah.
Like, oh, you know what? Actually,
What?
I have my hand over my mouth. Like, you know, I am upset. I'm genuinely upset.
Right.
But, you know, I'm also using it to conceal
Shield.
my
Conceal.
bloody chin, basically. So.
You might want to start carrying a compact with you, like a mirror.
Oh, yeah. So I can vogue?
You vogue down the aisle of the...
Vogue down the aisle!
of the tram. So no. So shut up. Shut it.
your face.
Shut it. So Max and Consuelo see you jump back, see you head back to this, and they put their hands up like, "Are you okay?
So I'm just like,
Are you
know,
okay? Did she hurt you?" And Max is like, did she hurt you?
no, leave her alone. Leave her alone. So I slide into the opposite bench, and I've got my purse strategically positioned between my hip and the wall, you know. So I quickly drop the straight razor back into the purse, pull the burgundy handkerchief out, and then like just make like I'm dabbing my face, to like try and recover my composure.
I'm gonna say
Subterfuge?
dex plus dexterity.
Yes.
Plus subterfuge.
All right, I'm spending a willpower.
Okay.
Difficulty of
7.
Glad I spent that willpower.
1.
1.
Oh god.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you managed to get most of it off. It doesn't look obvious.
Yeah.
Your lips are a little stained.
Sure.
But other than that,
and I'm also looking very pink suddenly.
yeah, you look healthier. And so Consuela's looking over in the direction of the old lady. She's still sitting there with that corpse.
Yeah, right. Looks like a sleeping man. Mm-hmm. So I put a hand out, and I'm just like, it's okay. She seemed like she was in distress, but I think she's a little cracked.
Why were you talking to her? And Max is looking at you very closely.
Like I said, she seemed distressed. I wanted to make sure she was okay.
That's very nice of you, Charlotte. You're looking better.
Yes, I think the fresh air has done me lots of good.
So as you say that, the tram clicks into place up at the top of the hill. Mm-hmm. And the operator at the top of the hill undoes the chain to let you out. Mm-hmm. And Max says, "Come on, Consuelo, let's go."
Okay. Is he like kind of trying to put some distance between him and me?
No.
Okay.
But he knows. I mean, he's looking at you. I don't know. Okay, perception plus alertness
or empathy.
Right? Empathy.
That's to pick up on
perception
more
plus
subtle
empathy.
Emotional cues.
Yeah. Or wits plus empathy.
Yeah, that could work
wits plus empathy.
Okay. Difficulty
7.
Okay, 2 successes.
Okay. So he's looking at you like you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have to worry about you. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, let's go.
He's more worried about Consuela.
Yeah.
As am I.
So
I think we're kind of flanking her.
Both ushering her out.
Yeah.
And so the operator smiles at you at the top. He's not the person who's in the car.
Yeah.
He's at the top of the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Just managing the travelers up on that side. And he's going to write it down. Uh-huh. He's like, have a good night. Mm-hmm. And so you're suddenly on Olive Street.
Right.
And Consuelo's like, well, I guess that was fun. It really wasn't what I thought it would be.
Nor I, Consuela. Nor I.
You really say that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So she just squeezes your hand and says, well, Max, we can walk you back to your aunt's shop if you want.
What does he say?
He's like, well, I'd hate for you two to be walking by yourself at night. I'll walk you back to your place and I'll be okay. I can take care of myself. And he gets a little like, I'm tough.
Right.
I'm a tough guy. Like, don't worry.
I ain't gonna have no broads walk me home.
Yeah.
I walk the broads home.
Well, no, he's just like, you don't have to take care of me. I'm fine.
All right. So we get back to the Parvo.
Mm-hmm. And so he sees you off, gives you a little salute. And you see him walking down the street.
Yeah.
Under the street lights on the sidewalk. And he's heading down the street.
Okay. It's good heading down the street music.
Yes. So you're back into your home. And it's like a little bit after 10 o'clock.
Right.
And so Mrs. Acevedo is like standing there in her robe and curlers. And she's like, you two are lucky. I was about to close this, but I had a feeling you two would be back just in time.
Camelot's a very long movie, Mrs. Acevedo.
Oh, you saw it?
Yes.
Was it good?
Very good. You should see it.
So you start talking about the movie.
Yeah. Julie Andrews is marvelous.
Oh, actually, it was I think it's Vanessa Redgrave.
Vanessa Redgrave
Or
is
Lynn,
marvelous.
or Lynn
One of the
Redgrave.
Redgrave sisters is marvelous.
Yes, I think she was playing
That's right,
her
Julie
in the
Andrews
movie.
is in Camelot.
Well, no, she was in the Broadway
She was in the Broadway.
production of it on
Well,
stage.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, anyway, so yes, so Consuela's yawning. It's like, I'm gonna turn in.
Small talk, etc., etc.
I'll see you later, Charlotte.
Yeah, Consuela. Thanks for inviting me out.
Yeah, it was fun. It was so fun to have Max there too. That was great. I
She's saying this within earshot of her mom, or
no, she sang it quietly.
Okay, yeah.
It was so fun.
I know. We can talk about Max later.
Yeah. So she heads into her room.
Okay.
So where are you going?
I'll head upstairs. So
Okay.
one of the things we ascertained with this floor plan
Yes.
of the Parvot is that there are the residential rooms are on the second and third floors. It's a 2-story with a large attic.
Right.
So if we were saying I was on the quote unquote second floor before, I was actually on the attic level.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there are kind of broad patio roof areas
Yes.
that I can jump down onto. So
Yes.
instead of me jumping from the second floor to the ground level, it was me jumping from the third floor to the patio roof, and
Right.
then probably shimmying down.
Down into
Yeah.
the bushes and okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
So anyway, so I'll head up. Actually, I'm gonna walk past. I'm gonna walk past Alice Nichols's
Oh. Room?
apartment room.
Okay. The light's
Is the light on?
The light on. There you see a sliver of light under the door.
Yeah. I'm gonna give a little
Knock.
knock.
Who is it?
Mrs. Nichols, it's Charlotte Winchester.
Oh yes. Come on in.
Okay.
So you walk in the room. It's much as like you remembered it. I mean, it hasn't changed in a week. She's in bed. She has a long braid. And she's wearing a white nightgown. And she's like the exact opposite of the ladies that you saw on the tram.
Yeah.
In terms of grandmotherliness, she seems very grandmotherly.
Yeah.
But she's essentially your age. How old you are,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. I know.
And so
This is
she's
how old I would be.
and so she's sitting up in bed and she has a little book on her lap and says, Charlotte, but you're up at this late hour. It's peculiar.
Oh yes, I just returned. I had a outing to the cinema.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
What did you see?
Camelot?
Oh, yes, I read about that.
Yes.
Was it good?
Very good.
Oh, I have to go see it.
Yes. The colors they get on film these days are marvelous. Stunning.
So she's looking at you. So like first she wasn't really looking at you as you were talking, and then she just turns to you and is studying your face.
Yeah.
Whatever do you mean, little girl?
I mean to say... So I kind of walk over to her bedside and and I take her hand. You know. The last time we talked, you said I reminded you of somebody.
Yes. Yes, you still remind me of a classmate that I had when I was in school in Providence. It was a very long time ago.
So I'm looking at those old photos that she has. And I walk over to one that has, you know, a couple of the little ring-lidded children in it and pick it up. Who are these?
Well, I'm one of them, and then the other one is my brother.
Oh. Do I remember the Nichols family?
You may.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intelligence or wits? Would it be wits? Wits plus
Probably intelligence, actually.
intelligence plus etiquette?
Sure. That sounds appropriate. Difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
5 successes.
Whoa!
So I'm looking at this photo more
and
closely
it jogs
now.
your memory.
Yeah.
Memories that you haven't really thought about when you were little. And
Was she nice to me?
she was nice to you. She wasn't like a friend, but
Yeah.
she was not antagonistic toward you.
Yeah.
She wasn't as squeamish as the other girls,
Yeah.
but it's not like she went out of her way to be your friend.
Right.
Your families were a little bit above hers, actually.
Right, sure.
But at the same time, she was more popular than you were. You know, so it's not like, because you were like, even though your family was up there, you were still considered an outsider because your parents died, and you were kind of seen as like this strange orphan.
Yep.
And even though your name was known to be like in the upper echelon, you know, Brahmin
Yep.
family,
Yeah.
still you weren't very popular because you were pretty awkward.
Right.
So yeah, so she wasn't ever antagonistic toward you, but her family wasn't as wealthy as yours. But they were still up there.
Yeah. Right. So I'll kind of smile. Do I remember the name of her brother?
It was Benjamin.
So I'll set the picture back down, and without really looking at her, I'll just say, "How is Benjamin these days?"
So she gets very quiet. And do you look at her?
I'll look over, like kind of peripherally.
So she's staring at you and she says, "Why, Benjamin died the same year you did."
Oh God! I just felt that in my gut. So I head back over. I take her hand again.
And so she gasps because it's cold.
No, it's warm.
Oh, it's
I
still
fed.
warm?
Well,
How long does it last?
I'll burn a damn blood point if I have to.
All right.
Yeah. Very reckless.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'll
you
take
take
her.
her hand. She allows you to.
Yeah.
She's looking at you very steadily.
I want to do sense vitality on her.
Oh.
I want to see if she's got any diseases, if she's, terminal or anything
okay.
like that. You know.
All right. Okay.
How does she look? I mean, does she look healthy?
She looks healthy.
Uh-huh.
She looks, she's 61 years old.
Uh-huh.
She's seems like in pretty good health.
All right. But the other reason I want to do it is it's gonna open up that eye. So I want to give her just give her something to think about.
What? Something to give her nightmares? You're gonna give this woman a heart attack?
No, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to do this.
Okay.
That's why I burned the blood point. I don't want her to be scared.
So I would say that the sanctity,
Yes.
you can add some. You can
Or
add.
lower the difficulty, it wouldn't really be a part of this dice roll, but it would just inform the way she reacts, basically.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like your narrative discretion.
Right.
with
No, I know.
sanctity,
I know.
so. I know.
I know.
All right, so I'm
Okay.
gonna roll this. I think if I botch, then that would be a fair
Yes.
interpretation. Is to say she's like, oh God, it's a demon.
I'm a demon.
I'm a demon. All right, difficulty 7 on this.
Yes.
And did I mention I was spending willpower?
Yes.
I mean, I got 2. But
That's fine.
I want to spend a willpower anyway. And
Okay.
Make that 3.
It's 3. Okay. So
Complete success.
it is a complete success. So
So I'm sitting on the side of the bed. I have her hand in mine.
Yes.
I'm staring very intently into her eyes.
yes.
And I say, Alice, I am here for you. I am here for you, and I will protect you. And as I'm saying that, like like my eyes are very intense, and then there's like this third eye that starts to open up, and like just fills the whole room.
Well, you start to radiate this light blue aura.
Yeah.
Visibly.
Yeah.
And it actually also encapsulates Alice too.
Ooh.
So there's this, if someone was to be looking up at the window, they would notice this radiating light blue light coming from the room.
Might look a little television-esque.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not much, though.
Yeah.
Because television was more yellow.
True.
So... so she is suddenly... So how are you feeling? You're just emanating compassion.
I'm emanating compassion, and I'm kind of seeing her like a visible woman statue. I can see her veins, and I can see her musculature, her nervous system, and I can see it on a physical level and on a spiritual level as well. So if she's got any, let's see, I can tell she's immortal. I assume she's mortal.
Yes.
I can tell how much blood she has.
Okay, she has a full amount of blood.
All right. Technically, 4 successes is what I need to reveal any diseases.
Okay.
But it's up to you as to whether I see any.
You don't see any diseases.
She seems healthy.
She seems healthy.
Yeah.
If anything, you just see any just sort of emotional heartache, like kind of the typical, however that looks.
Yeah.
How would you describe how that looks?
Probably like a thorny energy circulating around her heart.
Okay. Like thorns?
Like thorns, yeah. Like her, like these briar patch has grown around her heart, so it's partly sticking out protectively, but it's also sticking in and sticking into her heart.
Oh wow! Yeah. Okay. So do you want to do anything about that?
I don't think there's a whole lot I can do.
So you see that
in this moment, but I see it, so I can,
Okay.
I see how she is. I see how you are.
Yeah. So
how's she reacting?
She seems overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But also smiles at you softly and says, "Thank you, Charlotte. That's very kind of you."
Okay.
You're not quite sure if she's seeing your third eye or not.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. All right, but she's feeling it. She seems
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I say, as I let her hand go, I say, I wanted to make sure that we were understanding of each other.
Yes.
And that I may come back on other evenings to talk.
I would.
If that's okay with you.
Yes, I would love that.
Very well then, we'll bid you good night.
So you let go of her hand? So the moment you do, the light goes out.
Yeah.
Your eye closes.
Yeah.
And the room isn't suffused with that energy anymore. So you head out the door?
Yep.
Okay. So you're in the hallway now?
Yep.
And there's a little black fluff ball walking by. And you startle him.
Oh, no.
He kind of jumps.
Yeah. So I kind of take a half a knee. Just be like, oh, no, Blackjack. No, it's okay.
He starts purring. All right, he starts purring. And,
all right, so I'll give him some scritches and some pets.
Oh, yeah, and Henry, that's Alice's dog.
Right.
So he was curled up sleeping in the room.
I'm picturing him, like, picking his head up when my third eye opened, and then just kind of going back to sleep.
Right. Like, oh, that shit again. All right, so, yeah, so it's around 11 o'clock at this point. What do you want to do?
I will now head back upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got blood. I'm good. But I have a plan, though.
So you're heading up the stairs?
Heading upstairs, up to the attic.
All right.
Down to my apartment. I'm assuming Emma's probably asleep, so I'm going to open the door very quietly. Try not to make too much noise.
You're pretty good at that.
Yep, I am. I'm quiet and creepy. do we have a writing desk, a bureau?
Yeah, there's a little table.
Okay. So I'll seat myself at the table. Pull the cord chain on the table light. Get out a sheet of paper, my fountain pen. Set the sheet of paper in front of me. Dear Max. So I'll start writing.
Okay.
And
What does your letter say?
I don't know yet.
Okay, so you're writing a letter to Max.
I want to write to Max, and I want to. What I'm trying to do, in case it wasn't obvious, is I'm trying to start building my immediate circle. Okay, because as a celebrity, I'm very vulnerable, and I need people who are going to stick up for me, and I need people who are going to help defend me, and I also need people I can feed from. So I'm reaching out to people. So Alice is one of them. Max is another one. I want to establish a contact with him in a way that, you know, again, is kind of like, I know you know that I know, and you know that I know, and, you know, and it's cool, man. Like, we're good. We're good. You know, so it's just kind of an olive branch, I guess you could say.
Okay.
So I'm going to write this letter, fold it up, put it in an envelope, and then going to head back out.
Okay, so you creepily... Do you go through like a back door?
You said that there's a key in the back door?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
Inside the kitchen.
I'm going to do it that way.
Okay.
It's time. So head back downstairs.
Head back downstairs, down the hall, through the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, and out the porch.
Dark at this
on the
time
porch, and then down the stairs into the backyard.
Okay. And this is where I saw Mazarine and Max and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And where you also
I've
landed.
hurled myself.
Yeah.
Yes. I made it a whole session without throwing myself out a window.
I know, so far.
Oh,
We're not done yet.
Oh, no.
Oh, girl, are you okay? You
Yeah, I'm
hanging in there
fine.
all right?
Why are you?
Okay.
Why are you
Just keeping
stopping
an eye
this?
on the clock.
I can tell you when I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
All right. I just care about you as a person. Is all.
That's good.
Run games for me. I don't care what happens to you. All right. I will vampirize you as a player as well as a character.
What?
Like. You know,
No, I understand what you meant.
All right.
Okay, what are you
Like,
doing
do I
with
have
this?
to explain it?
What are you doing
All
with
right,
this
so
letter?
I am going to walk down to Olive Street. I'm going to walk down to the what's it called? About Time. About Time Antiques. And I'm going to see if there are any lights on upstairs, downstairs, anything.
There's a light on upstairs.
Okay. How's the street looking? It's a Saturday night, so it's probably still. Is it like midnight by now? Or?
Yeah, so it's probably closer to 11:30.
Okay.
So there's cars, the occasional cars driving by, or a police car.
Oh no! Wait. I'm underage. It's perfectly reasonable for
You forget
unaccompanied
yourself, madam.
an unaccompanied child to be out and about at 11:30 at night.
Yeah. So how are you navigating? I want you to roll.
Yeah. Stealth.
let's see here.
Am I stealthing?
Well, you are stealthing, but I guess wits plus stealth.
Okay, you're liking that wits tonight.
I do. I think it covers a lot of things.
It does. I feel like I didn't use it enough when I was running, so I'll be using it more when I return to the storyteller throne.
Whenever that happens.
Whenever that may be. Difficulty?
7.
Well, I just got 5 successes.
Oh,
then.
hell yeah.
I got a full house. I got 3 9s and 2 7s.
Sweet. So, wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So you're sidling down. You're like a shadow.
That's right.
Making your way down the street.
Yep.
And you're becoming familiar with your new home.
Immediate neighborhood. Yep.
So you get to About Time.
Okay.
Undetected.
Undetected. All right. So there's a light on upstairs.
Yeah, you remember there's also an alley that goes down
There's
to the
also
back
an
door.
alley. So I think I'm going to head down that alley.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gonna head around. Walk up to the back door. Knock. Just gonna knock.
Okay. The door opens.
Okay.
Wilma's standing there. Can I help you?
Yes, Miss Hudson. I have a small request of you.
Oh?
Could you deliver this letter to Max, please?
Certainly.
Thank you very much.
Did you want to come in?
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Like, totally, like, oh, I had no intention. Well, thank you. Yes.
So she allows you to come in.
Yeah.
You see the back room, which is familiar.
Yep.
You see Deacon seated at a desk, and it looks like he's going through a notebook of sorts and is doing like accounting. So Wilma, she's dressed differently now. She's wearing like a men's shirt and like some pajama bottoms. And she's just looking at you a little quizzically and says, I'll give this to Max. He's sleeping now.
Thank you very much. As long as I'm here,
She locks the back door.
of course. As long as I'm here, there was another matter I wish to talk to you about.
Oh? Have a seat.
Thank you.
So you sit in that chair that you were in.
Yeah, oh, the very comfortable chair. Mm-hmm. So I sit down.
She's sitting on a stool in front of you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to inconvenience you, but I am looking for a particular book, manuscript, really.
An eyebrow arches.
It would be written in a sort of code cipher.
A cipher?
Yes.
In what language?
I'm not entirely sure myself.
Well, that doesn't help me to narrow it down, does it?
Well, how many coded cipher books do you have?
Not many.
I think I'll know it when I see it.
Well, so she looks up at the stuff she has in storage and kind of looks behind her at the shop and says, "You're more than welcome to explore my shop. I don't have that many rare antiquities, but you're free to peruse and see if you find anything that is what you're looking for."
Very well, I will.
All right.
If it's not too much of an imposition.
Not at all. I just ask that you not steal from me. Just be honest about what you want to borrow.
Of course.
So she sort of sighs and runs her hands over the tops of her thighs and says, "All right, just if you'd like to go check things out, just be quiet, please."
Of course.
So, what do you do?
I head back to that section that I spotted that had all the bound manuscripts and journals and whatnot. And, I don't know, with my heightened senses, am I able to just comb through this area without turning any lights on?
Roll your aspects, right?
I think so. I don't remind myself.
Or do you have investigation?
I don't.
Do you have, you have alertness, right?
I do have alertness.
Alertness plus
And then...
intelligence. I would say intelligence.
Okay. Yeah, heightened senses is just a function of me activating it. So it's like turning on my night vision, basically.
All right.
So I'm sorry, alertness plus...
Alertness plus intelligence.
Intelligence.
Oh no, perception.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. No. Intelligence. Sorry.
Alright.
Are you sure you're okay?
Difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
That's 4 successes.
So as you're looking at
Making
these,
up for last week.
I know you're rolling amazing.
Yeah,
Amazingly.
yes, that too.
So as you're looking at these tomes, they look pretty old. They don't look like incredibly old. How are you envisioning what this book looks like, or manuscript looks like? What does Charlotte have? Like, what does she expect?
So Lucille told me you have to find this book. It's an old book. It's written in a language that only you will be able to read, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes.
So I think in Charlotte's rather fanciful imagination, it looks like a very somewhat grandiose thing. You know, it's like quarto-sized.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe leather bound, but not too thick either. You know, like maybe about 60, 80 pages. You know, but like it's going to be a big book that when I open it up, like a tome, you know, and it'll have these old either handmade paper or like sheepskin parchment pages, you know, and it'll be inked in like a kind of a browned, you know, ink.
Right,
know.
right.
Yeah, so that's what she's picturing.
Okay, all right.
It's a manila envelope full of stuff written on the backs of other envelopes.
Yeah, it's just a crumpled up highlights.
Highlights magazine.
Highlights magazine with
No,
like
I'm not Malkavian.
some paper wadded up inside of it. That's actually super ancient. No. So you're looking through these books. You're looking through like sheaves of paper. It's hard to know what it could possibly be. You're recognizing the scripts of, you know, you're recognizing the languages, you're recognizing...
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything wacky yet.
Nothing is really standing out.
Yeah.
And you're rifling through this, like, stack. It's another kind of haphazard stack of manuscripts. Okay. Not because Wilma's disorganized, but because there really is no good way to organize these pieces of paper. Some of them are just loose pieces of paper. Some of them are enclosed in a type of a folder. Some are bound just with thread, like along the spine. Suddenly you get this flash of recognition. Something is telling you, it's here. I know it's here. Charlotte, it's here.
Okay, I kind of startle a little bit at that.
It's Lucille's voice.
Yeah. It's been a while. All right. So I redouble my efforts.
Okay. So you start looking, and then you find this... The leather's almost black. It's this thin leather that is folded in half. It's a small book, like maybe 5 by 7 inches.
Okay.
It's not super thick. It's this thin black leather, and then there's a knot. It's like it's closed by a leather thong, or like a little strap of leather tied in this intricate knot. And when you touch it, you get a flash of Lucille. And she's frantically writing on some paper.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I look at it for a moment, and then I, hug it to my chest. Head bowed. And after a moment, I stand up with this book in my hand, and I head into the back.
Okay.
Wilma back there.
Yeah. Oh, you found something, eh?
Yes.
And so she eyes the book, and she's staring at it.
Yeah.
And you can tell, perception plus alertness.
Or empathy.
Empathy, perception plus No? Yeah, perception plus empathy, sorry.
It's okay.
Alertness is like, you
like
hear
physical.
something. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. You're doing great. Difficulty?
6.
5 successes this time.
What in the... I'm sorry, I'm amazed.
Maybe I'm amazed.
Okay. So, you see her, she's staring at the book you have in your hand.
Yeah.
And you can tell with difficulty she's looking away from it and at you.
She has to tear her gaze away.
It's very difficult for her to do that.
Yeah.
And she strides up to you.
And slaps me across the face.
Not this time. She grips you by the shoulders and says, "Who sent you here?" And with that, there's a sudden, like, I can't do it because Edie's sleeping.
Yeah, but
a
bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang on her door.
Ooh. And both our heads whip around.
They do.
Yeah.
And we'll close with that.
Nice. I love it. Very good. Yeah, I actually had some visceral reactions there, so well done. I mean, I'm feeling
human
emotions again, like some kid. Like,
really?
what's that all about? No.
Oh God, this,
No, I'm kidding.
It's creeping me out. Okay.
No, that was good.
All right.
All right, so I get 1 point for showing up.
Wait, no, you can't rush this.
Oh, sorry. I know.
I just savor it. Let the flavors dance on your palate.
All right.
And let me do what I gotta do.
I can't fucking believe I fed off of one of the Blount sisters. That's like that is one of the most disgusting things that has happened in any of our World of Darkness games. Just FYI. You magnificent bastard. Oh God, it's giving me the creeps right now just thinking about it.
Yeah, well, you know what?
My skin is crawling.
Deal with it.
Is that what I used to tell you?
Pretty much. Like, Joaquin
maybe
and
next
Christopher
time.
up to no good, up to shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
I'm putting it mildly. I'm like, I'm somehow my vampire character's dry heaving based on what they're doing. If you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that. Oh my God, the dry heaves.
I know. It's like, how can I have dry heaves and be a vampire? But it's happening. Okay, Okay. So, we're at the end of the chapter. Okay. Okay. So, why is this all tiny right now? Come on.
I have the book right here if you want to look at the book.
Okay, you know what? I have the book in front of me. Thank you.
The e-book, I think you mean. The cyber book.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So,
Yes.
1 point for show. Well, we're at the end of a chapter,
Yes, we are.
so you get a point there.
Loot.
Yeah. That's weird. And what have you learned?
Yeah,
What has your character learned over the course of the night's events?
You know, that is interesting. I never noticed the way that's written.
Yeah.
So if you could define a chapter as taking more than one session, I guess. We always just play it as one chapter equals one
We
session.
do, because, we want to...
We want to live our lives. We want to move on with these narratives. We don't want to drag it out too
We want
long.
to propel the story
We wanna
forward.
propel the story forward.
Yes,
But
so-
yeah, I never noticed that.
What have you learned, my dear?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I mean, what I learned is that first and foremost, I learned Emma's going through it. Which I'm still not sure what I'm going to do about that. That's kind of something to address
Ooh, sorry.
at some point.
Yes.
I learned there's some fucking crazy ass vampires in the city.
Well,
Who
why
can,
are you shocked by
who
that?
can turn people's faces into blank, featureless canvases, and they suffocate to death on their own skin. So that's pretty terrifying.
Yep.
And I learned that there's this weirdo kid who's my age who looks like he could be my twin brother. And seems to have some very strange powers indeed. So, those are things I learned.
Anything else? What about the mortals in your life? Besides, Emma's not really immortal.
Well, what about the mortals in my life? I mean, I learned that Consuela's a good egg,
Yeah.
as I suspected,
Okay.
and I look forward to deepening.
Ghouling her at some
I
point.
look forward to replacing Emma with her at some point.
Oh God.
I'm kidding. I'm
That's so
kidding.
crazy. No, you're not.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll see. We'll see where it goes. No, I'm looking forward to getting her my herd at one point. Is what I want.
Right.
I want a fucking herd. Is what I want.
I know.
But anyway,
These things take time.
they do. They do.
Okay. So you get a point for role playing. You were consistent with Charlotte It's very, very good.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yep.
So, you were kind of heroic, but not really.
No, it's fine.
And
I want that award to mean something.
Oh, it will. It will.
So that's that.
So, yeah, I guess that's everything.
All right. So I have 5 XP.
Wow. Wait. Wow.
Well, you gave me a bonus for finding the floor plan of the
I did. Yeah,
Doré,
I did.
and I had 1 left over from last session.
That's right. Are you going to get a new ability?
I mean, I could.
You don't have
I could
to.
bump Obia up to 2.
And what will that allow you to do?
Well, that's kind of a shit level of Obia. That is anesthetic touch. Actually, well, I mean, that's actually pretty good because I can put them to sleep. All right, Obia 2. Sleep and all is forgotten. All right, so Obia 2. Great.
Okay.
Now it's going to get hard. Because I'm at 2 with Auspex, Fortitude, and Obia, so now it's 10 points to get any one of those up to level 3.
I hear you.
And
Maybe start being a little more heroic.
I think what? How dare you?
All right.
So, and yeah, I don't know, man. Both Auspex 3 and Obia 3 are looking good. I'm pretty happy with Fortitude 2 right now.
Yeah.
But Obia 3 is basically a healing wound by laying on hands. And then Auspex 3 is the object reading. So.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Great.
Yeah, that's that.
So you had some thrills and chills.
Thrills, chills, no spills.
No spills this time.
No, which is good.
How many bags of popcorn would you rate this episode?
I would give this 5 bags of popcorn and a little set of plastic vampire fangs.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you bore with me despite my sleep deprivation.
You're amazing.
I'm insane.
Yeah, you are. You're completely insane.
And I'm saying that in the gentlest way of saying I'm insane. I'm having some sleep problems. So, it'll be fine, but this is worth it to me, and it's fun to do. Right. So, it's all good.
All right.
Yeah, I love it.
Good.
It's been quite the experience so far.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are you getting some surprises of how it's panning out?
Definitely, but it's going in the direction I want it to go.
Oh,
so
good.
It's good, but
But you're having to kind of improvise around certain parts, or?
I think that's normal, right?
Sure.
Because I'm never sure what.
I really can't tell what you have planned out versus what you're.
Oh, that's good. My poker face is holding.
You got a good poker face.
That's also just like a total mask of fatigue.
At this, certainly for this session, yes.
Yeah, so you can't really tell.
Yes, it looks like one of the.
I feel neither highs nor lows.
Looks like one of the Blount sisters did vicissitude on your face.
Oh, thank you.
It's just completely featureless right now.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants to hear. Anyway, thanks again.
Yes, thank you. Till next time.